Basher is Friday, November 14th. 2 minutes late. Sorry, guys. My refrigerator broke. So I am combating that nonsense. Like 2 weeks ago, it started revving really high and then it shut itself off. And I was like, oh no, crap. So I pulled it out, took everything out, vacuumed the back, unplugged it, plugged it back in, and voila, it worked. And it was great. And everything was fine. Then I noticed last night that everything was kind of frozen. And I was like, ooh. And I don't mean in the freezer, I mean in the refrigerator part. And then I was like, oh, God, I hope not. And then like 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm working in the studio, and I noticed that it was off. So I did the same thing, unplugged it, and turned it back on. It didn't turn back on. So then it started to leak. So I had to put towels under it, blah, blah, blah. And I'll deal with that accordingly. But that's the fun stuff. Let's just see who's at the on the show. Because it's just putting out fires. Just panel power. Holy crap. Panel power coming back for you. Panel power. You're crazy, man. You're so fast. You're so quick on the trigger. It's not even funny. And Dave's not even till 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Wow. Is the crown going to be lost? Is it possible? I don't know. He's coming on strong. Panel power. Coming out for you. Panel power. Nick B is here. Evening all. Great to see you, Mr. Brooker. Well done, panel power. We'll catch up with you guys later. Where is that? Where is it? There it is. We'll catch up later on the replay. Have a great show. Thanks so much, Nick. You're the best, man. Andy M, look, you're in there really fast. Just getting my bearings back on the show. I just took one of those Dana chocolates to just snap out of it. I'm just like, oh boy, what now? Good evening, kind sir. Wishing you and yours only good things. He's the only good things guy, and thank you for him. Wonderful, wonderful. Paying it forward in every way, shape, or form. Thanks so much, everybody, for the cat calendar picks. They are in. It is being processed at the moment. I thank you so much for replying to my short yesterday. Wow, how fantastic. So many responses. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. And I can't wait for it to come out. And Basher Y, who's helping me put this together in a major way, sent me a couple of stills just now. I'm looking at them on the text message thing. Holy macaroni, do they look amazing. Actually, I want to see the cover. Oh man, does that look great. Wow, I'm very excited. I'm very excited for everybody's pets to be counted, because that's what it is all about, being recognized, making sure that everybody's noticed, making sure that everybody feels seen. It's important to feel seen, especially. And you listen, man, even if you're a basher that doesn't have a pet, I know that everybody writes me, says, I don't have a pet, but I really enjoy that whole thing. And, just pets kind of bring us together. And it's a wonderful thing. I mean, if you don't like pets, then get the fuck off my show. It's your show. I host it. But if you don't like pets, then it's my show. Get the fuck out. But it's looking really great. I'm amazed. And was I asked for some information on the show live? I was. Oh yeah, Ray, Raphael, my darling. What are the names of those puppies? Those 2 puppies. What are their names? I found the donkey pictures. Great. Done. However, what are the names of those 2 cutie pies that you sent? Please. I wrote you. I emailed you. I begged you. Please, Ray, Raphael, tell me exactly what's going on here, because I don't really know. That's for you. Melly C, the beautiful purple one, is here. Happy Friday, Dirk and all the bashers. Thank you, Melly C. I am waiting. What are you waiting? Oh, you're waiting. Are you waiting for a call? Are you due a call from from the AD to see what's coming your way? Yeah, I got a call a couple of weeks ago. My first boutique experience. Man, was that fun. Now I get what everybody's talking about. The champagne. You get treated like you're some kind of luxury person. Listen, I've pretended to be a luxury person my entire life. How fun it is to go to great hotels and feel posh and all that stuff. But I'm just a kid from Queens. No pretensions here. I'm like, oh my god, did you see the sheets in that room? Holy macaroni, those are me. You looking at me? Hey, you looking at me? Evening. Did somebody change their name, or are you a brand new person? You looking at me, looking at you. Isn't that the you looking at me looking at you looking at me? I think is a song that Randy Rhoads and Ozzy Osbourne wrote, or Ozzy Osbourne didn't write. Bob Daisley wrote it. Ozzy didn't write anything. That was left off Blizzard of Oz. I think that's what that is, right? Didn't think I knew that, did you? And there's Dave Fahrenheit 451. And he upvoted. Please upvote. Thanks so much. You have no idea what this does for the show. Why do you keep doing that? For your screenshots. Thanks so much, Dave. You're a warrior. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Brooker. Thanks, Nick B says Panel Power. Welcome, Panel Power. And Martin Bronson are here. Evening, everyone. How are you, Mart? And Fergal is here, who I inadvertently said, Where's that in England? I know you're Irish. Why would I do that intentionally? I certainly wouldn't. That's terrible. I didn't. I said, did I say that? I could have said, I thought you were on vacation in Great Britain. There's Alejandro R. Dirk with a smirk. How miss the Bashers. Cheers to this Friday evening. Hey, Alejandro. How are you? We missed you. How are you? We missed you too. Great to have you live on the show. Wow. Where you been? Hey, where you been, man? And there's the incomparable. I just found out the other day that Sean Connery's real name is Thomas. Thomas Sean Connery. You know, it drives me crazy when people say Sean Connery. Is that a little pet peeve I have? Oh, I like Sean Connery. It's Sean Connery. Does anybody say Sean Connery? It's Sean Connery. I'll wait till the big guy gets on the show and say, who was the first James Bond? And see how he says it. Sean Connery. Like Shaun, like Sean Cassidy. Now that's Sean Cassidy, not Sean Cassidy. You'd say Sean Cassidy, right? I don't know. I think that they're different names, personally. Blinky's here. Hey, Blink. Blink, blink, blink. How are you, baby? Hello, everybody. Hello to you. And Alejandro House says, well, at least your fridge ain't running. Oh, man, when it came back on, after I went and Googled it and said, okay, unplug it. I looked up the model and it's a Whirlpool. That's the brand. And this was not when you live in New York, generally your landlord gives you a fridge and stuff. Now they had given us a fridge, but this fridge was given to us by our neighbor who had just bought it and moved out, and he gave it to us, and we took it because it was new. And now it's 20 years old and it's dead. But I was so grateful that it worked after I did all the steps. I followed all the steps and I took a vacuum. I vacuumed the coils. I cleaned it all out, and it went miraculously back on. But now I'm not so lucky. So what a pain in the ass. I just, and then with DL and all that stuff, it's just like, oh God, I'm going to have to take a fridge up and take a fridge out. And it's like, sometimes you try to remain as invisible as possible. Like in my building, I try to remain as impossible as possible, as invisible as possible. And they're like, whatever, but I need a fridge. What am I supposed to do? There's Handsome Joe. Handsome Joe. Handsome Joe. How are you, Handsome Joe? Hi, Bashers. And Andrew Wolkowitz with Canadian $5. Let's bash and relax. Be kind and upvote and subscribe. Let's bang you out, baby. Andrew, you need to get banged out. There you go. And Gobbery, hit in bed, early wake up. We'll rewatch over the weekend. Get drunk with Ush, please. Tough week. It just got tougher. But what am I gonna do? Gabri, you rock the world. Enjoy your weekend, and I hope you have something really special because I know that you were away from family for a little while, and I know you're back home, and I hope you have the best weekend ever. Just do nothing, maybe. Just hang out with the people you love the most. Canada just approved the sale of people consuming cloned meat. Ooh, that sounds gross. Who was I talking to today about meat? A guy on the street. A guy I met on the street, because Dirk talks to everybody. There's a guy that he's like a security guard for this, like a Chabad on my street. It's like like a Hebrew school. And due to anti-Semitism and things like that, they often employ security. He's not there all the time, but like when something comes up, then they have a security guard. And I see him all the time. We always wave and say hi. And I know the rabbi there because of that cat that we had. There was a cat who had its head stuck under the door, and my neighbor Layla called me, and Rabbi Zev, we hoisted it up. And anyway, so I know everybody over there. And this guy, turns out he's from Greece. And I was like, oh, I loved Greece. I loved everything about it. It was amazing. And we're talking about stuff, and we're talking about, I don't know how he got into hunting and things like that. And he said, do you hunt? And I looked at him and I said, dude, I've been like a vegetarian since I'm a child. And we talked about that. He goes, in Greece, there's not very many vegetarians. It's just not the way it is. I said, but your whole diet is like olives and spinach and cheese. It's the Mediterranean diet is just so. I mean, they do eat a lot of fish, but not a lot. I mean, maybe they eat a lot of lamb in Greece, right? I guess that they do. If you have a pit bull, pets can also tear us apart. Well, that's true. They are a misunderstood breed, because my sister had one of the daintiest, sweetest, kindest, most beautiful pits ever, Gracie. She's in the calendar. And I mean, I think particularly bad people gravitated towards that breed because they're tough and they look menacing, and they abuse these animals and they train them to be killers. But you know what? Anybody could be trained to be a killer. So it's just, I think they're a misunderstood breed, really. I truly do. Andrew, I thought it was clown meat. Andrew says, Logan's Run, when the birds and the fish and the animals stopped coming, the people started coming. Soylent Green, it's made of people. Joe LaVar says $4.99 for Don Rickles. Some thought went into that, right? I was like, if you're in a billboard in the 50s or early 60s, who's going to be on the billboard, right? Lola Falana. Beautiful, incomparable Lola Falana. If you don't know who Lola Falana is, look her up. She was a singer-dancer, and she was an African-American beauty. I mean, wow, gorgeous. Like drop dead gorgeous. And she was good. And she would always be like on the bill with Wayne Newton or Frank Sinatra and Lola Falana. But Don Rickles is a very famous American comedian. I don't know if he made it to the other side of the pond. He's legendary. And he's been dead for a couple of years now, but I think he was majorly involved in the roasts when they first started. I don't even know if he was maybe the host, but it was all the old school comedians, and they were mostly from Vegas. And Don Rickles was a funny thing. I was trying to figure out who would be the most likely to be on the billboard, Joe. So I came up with Don Rickles, and I'm glad you enjoyed that. Why the hell not, right? We'll use Oisín as a barometer, and I'll ask him. I'll say Don blank, and let's see if he comes up with Rickles. It's a good barometer to know about, like, the other side of the pond, because listen, Americans don't get a lot of stuff that the Brits and the Irish and the Europeans get. I mean, the Brits have a very, very specific thing, and they let the cat out of the bag with the British invasion, which just took over the world. And then Ireland had a pretty much, in the I guess in the 80s and 90s with U2 and Enya and who else would be famous Irish and before that, Tommy Makem and the Irish Rovers and things like that, but nothing that was like a worldwide sensation. But Brits, Americans, some stuff translates and some stuff doesn't. Like I've said before a million times, like Robbie Williams couldn't get it. No one's never heard of Take That. if you say take that, in America, somebody will say to you, take what? What? Take what? They won't know what that means. When you think about it, it's a pretty bad name for a band. Who was the first James Bond? Blonde answers, I might be blonde, but I'm not stupid. James Bond, of course. I think inarguably the best Bond. I mean, I love Daniel Craig. I think he's the second best Bond. We've talked about James Bond on the show a million times. I think he's inarguably the greatest. I mean, if you want to, I mean, Roger Moore for me is just a old, pervy, drunk, fey. I'm not a fan of his Bond at all. Some of the movies are okay. Timothy Dalton's a misunderstood James Bond. Lazenby, it was good. It was a good movie. It wasn't terrible. Andrew says, buy a new fridge, then in 5 years you get to buy another. Nothing made to last anymore. Well, this one's lasted us 20 years. I had a really old fridge when we moved in here 35 years ago, whatever the fuck it was. And it was still working when we got rid of it. But this one, it's lasted. So I don't know. I was, every once in a while, like, I'm not going to invest in a great fridge because, whatever the situation is here, I'm not doing it, because I have my sights set on elsewhere. But we're just going to get a basic thing that's just, cheapest option to keep things cold because, I'm not looking for bells and whistles. I'm not looking for my dream fridge. And the options, in the elsewhere are much better than here anyway, and they're much, much cheaper. Now back to the Florida Keys. Definitely missed you all's conversation and the drinks. Well, Alejandro, here we are. I've got a bottle of wine. I'm just going to wait for the big guy before I open it up. So, that's what's going to happen today. Test tube meat will save a lot of animal suffering and resources. There you go. My argument with hunters is, listen, I don't want to get into that subject because it's whatever. Conservation is like, you have no idea how they're starving. I'm like, stop fucking building everything on their land. We just keep too many people. There's too many people. That's what's going to be the end of the world. It's not going to be nuclear bombs. It's going to be everyone's going to starve to death, like in all those dystopian future movies, because it's a big sprawl. It just keeps spreading and spreading. There's no place left for them. Nuts. I'll send you a Rickles roast. Oh, I've seen them all, Joe. I've seen them all. But I mean, I just didn't know whether or not he was the guy that started them. Was he? He started them, right? I think so. Yeah, sure. All those guys from, who my favorite is from all of those, Joe? And this is just between Joe and I. Foster Brooks. Foster Brooks was this guy with a big gray beard, and he always was drunk. And it was an act, but it was pretty good. I laughed out loud when I saw Don Rickles on the bill. Oh, good. He's from England. He's from Ireland. You like that one, right? I laughed out loud when I saw the Don Rickles on the billboard. That's cool. Okay, so he did. That's great. Hello, Habibi. How are you today? Hey, Mark in Brooklyn. How are you? Great to have you on the show. Great to have you here. The cranberries. Thank you, Tracy Ferris. Thank you so much. Cranberries and the cores, right? The whole family, the three gorgeous girls and their, milk toasty looking brother. Charles Thompson's here. Hey, Dirk and the fellow Bashes. Great to have you on the show, Charles. Hey. And she says Don Rickles was in Kelly's Heroes. He was at the Clint Eastwood roast and said he was at the top of his game. Did that film and his career went to shit. Eastwood laughed. Rufus says, yeah, reminded me of the late Jonathan Winters. Is he from your hometown? Jonathan Winters, for people who don't know, was kind of the mentor of Robin Williams, kind of the Robin Williams before there was a Robin Williams. Pretty cool stuff. So keep it. Don't buy the new trash. What I can't keep it. What am I gonna do? It doesn't work. You know what I have in my refrigerator? I went out and bought giant bags of ice and had to put them in like some kind of container so they don't leak out. Because I admit to having taken an hour nap because I was just so exhausted from the bullshit today that I just put my head down for a nap. And I also hurt my knee. And I'm getting old. And Monday when we went to the where, it started to pour rain and we had to catch a train that was 3 blocks away. So we legged it and I slid right before the railroad station and I didn't think anything about it. But then like my right knee's been bothering me. So I just took a Tylenol. Yes, I took a Tylenol and I just took a nap. I laid down for an hour and watched some Star Trek. So yeah, I mean, I have no choice but to get a new one. Winter soon, so you can store everything behind the window, right? That's being attempted to be sealed up. Charles Thompson said, Blinky says hi to Charles. Good to be with you again, Blinky. I love the camaraderie here. The beer fridge in the garage, been there for 30 years, is a hidden symbol of America. Ain't that the truth? Hey, there's the big guy right now.
Hey.
Hey, we're talking about America. We're not. We're just talking about people who have an extra refrigerator in their house because mine just died.
You gotta get a new fridge. Is there any point?
Well, there's a point because yeah.
Just get something cheap. Get something cheap.
That we're gonna get the shittiest, crappiest, cardboardist. No, listen, we're not. I just explained to everybody. 2 weeks ago, it went on the fritz, and then I pulled it out. I vacuumed the coils and cleaned it out, and I plugged it in, and it worked. And then last night, everything was frozen in there. I was like, "Oh, this is bad." And then, when I woke up this morning, it was off, and I was like, "Oh, I did it again. It didn't work, so it's done." Now I went online. I found like a $400,
crap. Just do that, yeah.
Listen, I'm not. I'm not looking for my dream fridge because you know where my dream fridge is? In Italy.
Yeah, your Sub-Zero goes in Fano.
Yeah. I don't even, it's funny about that. When I was a kid, my parents had a big house, so I had the side-by-side fridges and, we had all that shit. And I grew up with big refrigerators. And then when I, had my own apartment, I've always had smaller ones.
I'm getting this big, sexy thing.
Are you going to do that? Because the Italians, I know they're doing it now.
They're doing it now.
I'm
not getting a smeg orange thing.
They're garbage. They're garbage. They're made out of plastic.
I've been in so many flashy apartments or flashy houses, and they have the smeg because it's a status symbol. It's like a labubu or a fucking, like it's a thing. But
it's a Fendi bag. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a good fridge. I was already in a place out in Abbey de Vero, and I was looking at fridges, and I was like, I want the sexiest fucking fridge they have. It's like in Goodfellas at Christmas. I bought the most expensive tree they had. He comes in with a white frosted tree.
Yeah, it's so good.
He's supposed to hide his money. He's like, Karen, I bought the most expensive tree they had. I'm gonna buy the most expensive fucking fridge they have. I want an ice maker. I want an all Americana ice maker thing on the front. I want a screen and a TV.
Do you want that?
I want everything. I want big doors.
You know who's making big, beautiful refrigerators with that shit in it? It's Samsung. Believe it or not, because they're like Yamaha. They make motorcycles and guitars. Samsung, David and Julie, Paul's the stepmom and David, like 3 or 4 years ago, bought one of those side-by-side chrome with the screen and ice maker.
It's wide.
Yeah, it's big. Well, you're gonna have plenty of room for it, which is great.
I won't have a problem with room.
No, I know.
Or I go for two. I go for low ones that are under, and I use the counter space because I'm not a dishwasher guy. Dishwashers,
I've never had one either.
Waste of space, waste of time. Wash your own dishes with your hands, you lazy shit.
Yeah.
Loading it up. You have to clean it. First of all, you have to clean the dishes before you clean the dishes.
You have to rinse them. Yeah.
You can't put a full potato in the thing. You've got to take that off.
What do you mean you can't put a potato in the dishwasher?
And then you got to load it up and then fucking fill it up and wait an hour and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I'll just wash the dishes myself. I don't care. Anyway, so the space will be there. So maybe I'll get like a freezer one and a regular fridge one and use the extra space for more countertop, because you can never have too much countertop, right?
No, you really
can have like 12 feet of countertop. No. And you'll still use it.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of, I love chopping boards. I have some lovely artisanal chopping boards.
You know what you really want to do, right? You know what I would do if I was doing the countertops? I would do one section of the countertop that's butcher block.
That's a butcher block. That's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I said. Now, do I go wood? I go wood. I cure like
butcher block. Yeah.
Yeah, butcher block.
So you have your quartz or your whatever it is. You're in Italy, so get marble because it's cheap there. All they do is they put that stuff on there, and then it's not porous. The Italians know how to work with marble, and obviously marble is like a dime a dozen in Italy. It's expensive here, but for you guys, it's like marble.
Expensive on watches. We had to discontinue our marble watch
already.
My stone watch, yeah. Unless I charge people like 500-600 more for the marble one. The first batch,
and in Italy, it's that expensive.
I know, and they said, "Listen, well, there's a reason why marble is not on any watch dials." They're like, "Listen, the next batch we can do it, but it's going to cost you way more."
No one is using marble in marble bathrooms, marble columns. Is the sign of class. How you doing? I just did my house, right? Like in Goodfellas, everything's he's buying
Marble.
Cadillacs. They're getting marble. Everything's
No.
marble. America, everybody's putting quartz now on their counters.
Yeah.
Quartz is the new thing.
It's the most ubiquitous element on the earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's quartz is everywhere.
It's everywhere, and it's a tenth of the price of marble. But like, so you have your marble or your quartz or whatever countertop, and then just like that one section of the entire thing is all butcher block. That's your chopping station. Sexy. Instead of having to have a piece of chopping
Wood
block here hanging in the back.
Yes.
You have your chopping station.
Yeah.
That's chef central.
Yeah, and that's where I hang all my knives because I have a shitload of fucking Japanese knives now.
Do the magnetic strip on the wall.
Yeah. I have a magnetic strip already here, but I'll get a bigger one.
Yeah.
I'll get a big fucking really long one and just hang them across that.
That's the way to do it. And
every month I'll sit down with a bottle of wine and fucking work those things on a coal stone.
I'll tell you something. I love chopping vegetables and I love the whole thing. Your brother's got some pretty terrific knife skills. My knife skills are nothing to write home about, but I watched your brother chop a red onion when we were in Fano, and I watched him dice that to perfection.
Did he have the right knife?
He had one of the knives that they had there, and the knives there were just
so it was relatively new.
They were nothing to, but
if they're new, then they'll be sharp.
Yeah, and he had really. I was watching his motion.
Was it razor thin?
Razor thin. He made tiny little red onion cubes. They were minute. It was good, and then he just went woof into his sauce. I was like, wow, that's sexy. Knife skills are sexy, man.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of culinary stuff for years now.
Yeah, he really was.
He has the slow cooker pot thing.
Sure.
I need to buy one of those famous ones. They're like $500.
What, like the Le Creuset? Like a
Dutch heavy thing. Yeah.
Dutch
big
oven.
Heavy fucker,
I have two of them. I have Lodge. I don't have the Le Creuset. I have Lodge because your brother and Dana told me to buy Lodge, which is the American equivalent. It's good quality. I mean, Le Creuset is the super cunty one, of course. That's the
one I want.
Of course, it's the one. But there's Staub also. Honestly, Staub make one in ox blood. Oh my God, that color. It's so beautiful. And the difference between Staub and the other brands is that they have like stalactites on the lid. So when you're making
stalactites,
well, you say stalactites.
No, you say stalactites. I say stalactites.
Right. All right. Potato. Color. Go see. There's the oxblood. Find an oxblood one. You say stalactites.
Stalactites.
Stalagmites.
Stalagmites. Stalactites. The mite is the one that points up. The one is tite is the one that points down.
That's like, stalactites point down. Paul says backyard, and I say backyard. He puts the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
You have to say select, not select.
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 I'll say whatever the fuck I want. I always tell everybody it's select anyway. I have one of those. I have the darker one. Is this the Lodge? Yeah, it's Lodge.
This is the Lodge. Yeah. 4.3.
I have I have two of those. I have one in dark blue and one in like a seafoam green.
So I found this girl on TikTok who found one of what was the French one that you're talking about? The gorgeous one?
Le Creuset.
How do you spell it?
Lecreus.
Oh, it came up immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's the one I want.
Just by looking at it.
Yeah, that's the one I want. Anyway, so these things are $400, $450 in the States, and she found one at like a little thrift place with used stuff.
Sure.
But it had a load of shit on the bottom here.
Yes.
It was scored here and all stained.
If it's just staining, that's fine.
So they were selling it for 75 quid. So she was like, fuck, 400 versus 75. Fuck it, I'll take it. So she brings it home, and her whole series is how to remove those stains and the things that worked and things that didn't work. Like vinegar and baking soda didn't work. So many different things didn't work. And in the end, she bought, I have to look it up what she bought, and it totally worked. And she brought it back to new.
So
and she
I
got one
can
of
vouch
these
for what works.
$75.
Because I fucked both of mine up more than once by like, oh shit, I left it too high. Because it's iron under the enamel, so it conducts heat really crazy.
Yes.
So you can keep that flame tiny low, and it'll stay really hot. I did all the stuff too. I tried baking soda. The two things that worked for me were the oxy powder and ready for this, denture tablets, Efferdent.
No way.
You take the box of Efferdent with very hot water. You throw 3 or 4 in there. It bubbles up, and it clean for people who need to have their dentures cleaned. And man, I rinsed that shit out, and it looked brand new.
Alejandro got a Le Creuset French press at Goodwill for $12.
Speaking of Le Creuset,
that's how you do it.
Speaking of Le Creuset, I'm going to open up this bottle of wine.
Let's do it.
Which is nothing to write home about because I was too lazy to go out. So I just have a Chateau Le Paradis 2022 Bordeaux. It's just a garden variety bottle of wine. But
Connor says washing powder, small amount of washing powder, and boil with water for a few minutes. Set to one side. It will look like new.
The OxyClean.
So washing powder, like you put it with your clothes. Is that what he means? Washing powder?
He means like I guess like laundry detergent.
Laundry, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So you just put that in and then boil the water and leave it sit.
The boiling water is the key thing. I buy you can go into the supermarket and buy OxyClean, and you put a scoop into your wash load to brighten your whites. I put 2 scoops of the Oxy into the boiling water, put the lid on it, come back like an hour later, and it's magic. It looks brand new.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Because I use those things every single day. What did I make last night? I made a giant soup. I made like a veggie stew.
Yeah, it's great for a stew, soup, casserole, that kind of stuff.
All that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I love kitchens, man. I'm gonna drop money on the kitchen.
Well, that's where you drop the money,
That's where you put the money, in the kitchen.
But the thing about the Italians is that they've just discovered like the American style fridge because like for example,
Italians have discovered American style living, Western style living in the past 20 years. So if you live, I'm in Venice, which is very unique, very strange. Okay. So leave aside Venice because it's so old and weird. But you go inland and you have just regular it's like those apartments outside the wall in Fano that we looked down on when we went up to that big castle. Remember we
did look down on them.
But their living is nice because they're big fat apartments with 2 garages. They live an American style life. They drive to an enormous fucking supermarket with the cheapest shit ever, amazing produce, and it's super cheap, and they fill their fridge up, and they have a big ice fridge in the garage. They live like a dude in Colorado lives, exactly the same, only better shit, nicer, finer quality stuff, And if they want their old fashioned, they can wander up into Fano and have their cafe inside the wall. But they like having their 75-inch television and their surround sound and all of that shit. They want that regular, modern living.
What size was that TV in the apartment in Fano? Was that like 65?
Same as here, 65. That's a 65.
Is it? Was it?
Huge. I'm getting a bigger one than this because my new place has these crazy big windows looking out at a very famous church that we won't mention, and between it, I want to cover it completely with the TV, and I want OLED because once you go OLED, you don't go back. Once you go black, you don't go back because they're real blacks in that thing. And I can't when I see a QLED or a LCD, it kills me.
Oh, I've had this conversation with the unbelievers. I'm like, no. It's backlit. You can't it's not black. Each pixel has to turn off in order for pure black. Exactly. And that was plasma and then followed by OLED.
But now OLEDs used to be $8,000. Now you can get an OLED for 2 or 1 if you shop around.
Sure, Costco.
Just
in America.
Yeah. You walk out of Costco with a 70-inch OLED for like $9.99, right? Or $8.99.
I think less.
Less.
I
There you
think like
go.
$6.99 now.
Fantastic.
Patricia Teague kitchens are my favorite room to design. Yeah, it's so much sexy fun, right? Ray
Yeah.
with €5.
Does Patricia do that for a living?
I don't know. Do you do
you
that,
want,
Patricia? Let us
you want
know.
to fly over, Patricia, and design my kitchen for me?
You could do a whole
I could
series
use
on
some
it
help.
and film the whole thing.
Oh,
Make a whole
man.
show out of it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ray. You have no idea what it's a North Atlantic. Rang my woman first. Well, I hope you would ring your woman
Ray,
first.
earlier he was on my thing. He was like, I was at the pub. I'm cycling home. The bike is drunk.
Let's give him some cowbell.
I love that.
That's hilarious. Joe LaFaro is watching us right now on an 83-inch at the moment. Oh boy, size queen.
So what do you have? The LG? What do you have? He probably has the LG because that's the OG of OLEDs, right? That's what I have, an LG.
LG makes every OLED panel in the world except for the Panasonics. Everybody else buys their Samsung buys their panels from LG.
From LG.
The LG is the OG maker
because they
of
had
OLED.
they sold it up early, didn't they? They sold the whole patent up early.
They did. Because after I know because I bought the last plasma ever made in 2013 or 2014. And the OLEDs were on the horizon. It was only LG. No one had it. So I guess they sewed up that whole patent thing.
Yeah.
And for sure. You say patent, we say patent. Potato. We were talking about that earlier. What are some things? Oh, okay. So you know who Don Rickles is, right?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Best.
Like I know some comedy, comedy is a funny thing, and sometimes it translates. Like if you ask people who
the
John
music on
Cleese
my
is,
the music on my channel is St. Matthew's Passion, also used at the beginning of Casino.
oh, okay.
Don Rickles is in Casino. Yeah.
Sure, of course.
Yeah. But I mean, I know Don Rickles apart from that, but yeah.
Sure. I just didn't know because I put him on the thumbnail and everybody's getting a giggle out of it.
Yeah.
Special iBashers tonight in Vegas, special guest Don Rickles. I was trying to think of like who doesn't know who that is. I was like, I guess everybody would know who Don Rickles is, right? I mean, he was in all those roasts, and the roasts were the best, man.
Yeah. Like
Everybody's hammered.
Yeah, he invented the road, but he gets up at he's always comic relief at these award shows and so on.
Sure.
And he was at the De Niro Lifetime Achievement IFC thing, and he gets up and he's like, "Oh, De Niro is a great guy. He's just a wonderful guy to know. Believe me, ask him. He's a great guy to know. Ask him. He'll tell you." He's just great at cutting people down. But apparently, that like the stories behind the scenes in Casino with De Niro in character
drove him crazy, right?
And Rickles apparently fucked up a couple of lines in one scene, and Rickles was like, "Can you just get the fucking learn the fucking lines for crying out? You're getting paid more than me for this. Just like learn the lines, we can all go to lunch." He's just comedy relief on the set constantly.
Guys like that, their brains work at a different frequency because they're just the quips are so fast. It's amazing.
My God.
It's absolutely amazing. Patricia says she's not a professional, but took interior design classes and did all the design from home. If I lived in Venice, I'd help you. Well, how about an all expenses paid trip?
Yeah, just fly over. I know. I was looking at a watch. The guy in England showed me. It was a really good price, and I was like, "Let me know if you can get the guy to knock off like $1,000 off that and make it even better, and I'll pay for your flight. And you can fly it over. I'll put you up in a hotel, and we'll do a live stream. Just fly the watch over, because some watches you should just fly to get. When it gets to a certain dollar value, you should just fly."
Like bringing your base over. You can't ship that thing.
Yeah, just bring it over. You got to fly the thing.
Next time I come to Italy, I'm just taking it with me. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't carry a lot of luggage. I have one bag. I'm not a checker. Never been that. I'll just take it on board. It just doesn't make any sense. Because God, and then there's the things like in shipping, stuff breaks or gets lost. So
listen, shipping and I've shipped $10,000 watches, as you know, but
Shipped
$12,000
more
watches.
expensive watches than that.
Yeah, and it's you're really watching that tracking number. But when it gets over 30, you should just fly and get the thing, get it yourself. Why not?
Yeah, like it's like the
Take a
old days with
weekend
the
out and just go
attaché
get it.
case with handcuffs. You have the
Yeah.
watch with the handcuffs, and you arrive.
Yeah, like some of the great watch dealers, you see them do it. They fly the watch to the client. If it's a Patek, 120 grand or whatever, they're heading to the airport because some guy in Dubai or some guy in London or whatever, and they'll fly the watch to the guy and have lunch and deliver him the watch, because at that point it's just worth it for the flight.
Sure. What a cool perk that is. I want to work for the place that fly. Oh, yeah, I'm going to Geneva, or I'm going to Stade, or wherever the fuck. I'm the guy that takes the watch on the plane. I would love that.
Yeah, we have a client somewhere, God knows where. And yeah.
In Adelaide, Australia.
And you just, it's the best way to do it, I think. Where your eyes are on the watch the whole time. Just stick it on your wrist. Don't get too drunk.
I envy all those people, even though I probably wouldn't want to be them in the end. And people have said that I wouldn't want to be them. But the people who travel so much for business, they're always on planes, because I love it. I guess after a while, like anything, it just becomes a chore. But I just think that's so great. Not only because of the miles you accumulate, but it's just how great is that? Like who was it that was just saying? Was it Dana saying that she has to go to Japan soon?
She has to go everywhere.
I know, but
she has the best perks of
Japan. Wow.
Fantastic.
I want to go to Japan so bad.
I nearly got a job in Japan. My agents were asking me, there's some huge, like, multi-story watch vendor in Japan, some famous street there. I don't know anything in Tokyo.
Well, Becky Brown shoots. She's always in Tokyo, and she sent all those pictures from that street with the windows filled with everything.
Okay, it's probably in that area. Anyway, there's some big store, and they were interested in having me, and I would go and meet them and shoot and make a whole episode. And the money for the job was really good. And I was like, does that include a hotel? And then I said, listen, guys, if I'm going to do this, you should start calling hotels in the area and get me a nice 5-star suite, and I'll review the hotel while I'm at it and make a whole thing out of it. And they were like, that's a great idea.
And make sure they have chilled champagne.
In the end, it didn't go ahead, but it was like, oh man, I'd love to finally get to Tokyo and like eat the food.
There's another street. You've seen that little alleyway where Anthony Bourdain and everybody who goes to Tokyo, they go down that little tiny street where all the best sushi is.
Oh my God. Can you imagine me
in little shacks?
Tokyo?
Yes.
I'd probably never leave. I'd be like, oh, this is
that could be your next spot.
The greatest food in the world, man.
The cleanest food in the world, for sure.
They're super advanced as well. Like there's a whole thing on Instagram or TikTok or somewhere, probably both, of like why the Japanese live in the future, and all the things that they have that like make perfect sense that we just don't have in our society, like ways of opening cartons that are just so much easier, or ways to store things, or just easy living, or ways of getting around the city that you just go, oh my God, why didn't we think of that? Like the Japanese are like 50 years ahead of us, and their food's fucking it's unbelievable.
I mean, the innovation is outrageous.
I have to go to the Grand Hyatt and have
a Park Hyatt.
A Park Hyatt, sorry. Yeah. And have a Santori time at that famous bar.
Santori time. I mean, that it's like chrome, steel, minimalism. Every shot that she did on that just makes you want to go to there. It might be a cold aesthetic, but doesn't everybody? I don't know about you, and I know that you're good at the Spartan living.
I have a friend who finds that film racist, by the way, offensive, lost in translation. It's Leslie. My ex who married what's his name,
Tim. Everybody finds
he's half Japanese, and she was like, I found that film to be kind of racist. He's in the elevator and everyone is like up to here.
That's just a fact.
It's just a fact.
It's
I know.
just a
She was like,
fact.
and then like it was kind of when she goes wandering, and they're in like there's a place with a bunch of like pinball machines and stuff, and she's wandering around. Some guy playing a guitar with a cowboy hat on. It was kind of she found it to be mocking the Japanese culture, trying to be Western or something.
So he's pretending to be the naked cowboy, right?
I don't know what he's doing.
That
He's
guy,
playing
Times
guitar.
Square guy.
I don't know what he's trying to do, but it's just like how the East look up to the West, or
Can I
that's the
just
way
say,
she saw it.
let's eye bash her. Let's Friday eye bash. I'm so sick of everybody looking for every fucking angle to be offended. It's just
The
getting
Meredith
so
is in the room, so
boring.
I have to put it on my panerai again.
Hey, Meredith.
Japan will be
Thank
back.
you.
The Watch Paradise, real prices, food that humbles you. The bar at Edition Jinza, worth the flight on its own. Well, he will know because Meredith is an international jet setter already craving the next trip.
Well, the
I'd love to
Ginza
meet
is
you
what
there,
is the
man.
most famous. I'll go there. Everybody like
I want to meet.
when you,
Let's all go meet the Meredith in
let's go
Tokyo
do that.
with our panerai. Yeah, I have to get you a panerai next.
It's
You
too
got to
big
get
for
you
me.
a panerai.
Oh, I could get the. I
Not
wore
a
the 10 day.
47. I'll get you a 42 or 44.
I wore Jim's and it was fucking beautiful. And I was like, oh my god, I can wear a panerai.
What size?
It was the 10 day.
Well, look it up and tell me what size it is.
It's 42. Oh, yours?
It's 42.
Yeah, it was a 42. I tried it on. It looked great.
I know what size.
Meredith, let's give you a giant big bang boom for that. Because that's fantastic. Thank you, sir. So all my friends got to tour Japan, all of them, Jimmy included, and they all went to Ginza.
And you never did?
No. Our records came out there. Yeah, that thing's. Oh my god, beautiful. Oh my god.
I want to show you before. I know you want to see the loom, but I actually prefer it unloomed.
Yeah. Listen, I'm over the loom thing.
The creaminess. Just the creaminess that goes
well because it's that antiqued look that everybody doesn't like when Omega does it, but it looks antique-y on that. It's yellowed and it's beautiful. I love it.
Okay, now I'll loom it because I know you want that.
Yeah, but will the loom work on this? Does it work on the show?
It'll work. This is panerai loom. This is a different level.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
Boom, baby. Palm. What's better than a palm?
There you go.
Show me. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. How are you loving that thing? You must be mad into it now at this point.
I'm mad into it. I am mad into it. And it's even okay wearing it on my left hand. I just love to play with the quick release. Dino doesn't love the quick release on Omegas, because you have quick. What is that called on a Rolex? It's called the
glide lock.
Glide lock, right? I mean, it's the same principle.
The glide lock on Rolex subs and Sea Dwellers.
Yeah,
thing of beauty.
Yeah. Now, do you have one with this? Do you have an Omega? You have an Omega that's got this new thing, or you've had them, right?
I've had them, but I don't have one now. Yeah. It's just a pusher and you slide.
Right.
It's actually a brilliant system.
Now, what's the glide lock? What's the difference? I know it's got
you break it and then slide it and then reconnect it.
Well, that's what I have on mine.
A little bit more manual.
On my Milgauss.
No, on your Milgauss you have the Easy Link, which is you break it and it's 5 millimeters, or you connect it and put it back 5 millimeters. Glide lock, like on Emmett's watch, you break it and slide it along and then decide where, and then push it back in and it clicks. It's one of the ways to spot a fake when it doesn't work very well. It might be a fake, whereas the real ones never fail. Yeah, because it's real hard to get that perfectly right. This is a beautiful milled clasp and it fucking slides like cream. It's a beautiful thing, especially on the Sea Dweller. The 43. It's a big wide fucker.
Some sexy stuff. Off to GLPs now, 72. You're off to GLP. All right. Great. Look, now 72-pound loss in total. You go, boy. You go. I'm totally pro Ozempic. You do good. I have so many friends who have changed their lives because of it. And until further information comes out that it's going to kill you, I'm so happy for you, because man, everything will kill you.
Fuck it, you may as well.
Everything's going to kill you. off the GLPs now. Just watch yourself now, I guess. I mean, we personally know some people that it worked very, very well for. And listen, sometimes all you
Who's that
need is a
girl
little
we were
kickstart.
we were looking at on the on Monday's show on the fashion police, who I follow? What's her name? And she went on Ozempic and she became a stick insect. Zolatova, there she is.
Yeah,
You want to see her now, man? It's gotten really bad. And she did this stupid thing the other day with a huge thing of tiramisu, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, cue the vomiting straight after."
Yeah, because she's going to the vomitorium with her feather.
Straight away with her feather. Is that how they used to do it?
Yeah, they shoved a feather down their throat.
Now it's a pen or a toothbrush, right?
Imagine it'll be like you're a heroin addict with your works. You have your feather in a case, so you can go. I mean, like in Rome and Greece, they would actually have vomitoriums for the gorgery. It's nuts. It was part of accepted society. You go gorge, drink all the wine, eat all the boar, all that stuff, then and fuck, I guess, because why not? And then go vomit and come back for more. Yay!
Oh God. Well, anyway, here she is. It's gotten to a crazy level. She's got a sick amount of fucking.
Oh no! This girl's ill. Oh, I remember. Oh God!
Remember her?
Oh God!
Yeah.
Oh God! She's gonna die.
It's stick insect level
with the big fake boobs.
They're not even big. They just look big on that tiny frame.
Yeah, I know, but they're big and firm because they're like rocks. Because they're just below. Oh, look at this now. Oh, this girl's so ill. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh God, help her. Oh, I gotta say, and she's trying to be a Barbie doll. She's trying to be a living Barbie doll.
It is a living Barbie doll. She knows she is, and that's what she's living up to.
Look at that picture in the car. Oh no, this is. Okay, so here's my question. Let me ask you a question. A girl like that with an arse like that arse is artificial too, because you can't get that thin and keep that rump. So that's obviously implants too. You cannot be that skinny and still have that big an ass. It's not possible. It's just your body won't. You cannot spot weight reduce. You can't do it. Your whole body.
She recently posted a before and after again, and everyone was saying the same thing. It's like, yeah, okay. You just look more human before. But she doesn't want to be human. She wants to be the living, walking Barbie doll. And she's getting there.
So should we just say when somebody does something like this, live and let live?
Look at those legs. Look at the thigh gap.
This was what you showed us on Fashion Police.
Yeah. This
was the clip, and we were both horrified.
Yeah, well, this is where it is now.
Yeah, she's ill. She's mentally ill.
She just lives in front of her phone or camera, and that's her world.
And where is it getting her? She's famous on the Instagram?
She's massive. Yeah.
She's okay. How many?
2.7 million.
Okay, she's got it. And most of the people are saying, please eat, darling. Please.
A lot of people are please eat, and she just ignores it completely. I get into conversations with people in the chat, people are like, "Oh, thanks for saying that." That's like
Jim Patterson said he'd smash that.
Well, everyone would smash it.
Oh God!
Of course, would you smash it? Of course.
I think it would break if you smashed it.
It would break if you smashed it.
Yeah.
But of course, I mean, she knows exactly what she's doing. She's not stupid.
Oh my God!
Just a little Russian or Belarusian, whatever she is, living Barbie doll. But it's no, I talk to a lot of people in the chat there, and I'm like, listen, she can do whatever she wants. This is her career, and this is what she wants to do. I'm just thinking about young women who think that this is how I'm supposed.
Well, that's a big problem. Is
people who want to be. If she does it, then I have to be like that. And
look at that. That
is myself.
Also, it's just
she didn't. She didn't eat that ice cream, by the way.
No, she didn't. But
she threw it away.
It also makes her look. That doesn't especially, but. It also makes, I'm always freaked out by straight guys that love these young girls. When she's thin like that, it makes you look like you have a child's body, and that's really gross to me.
Right.
It really looks pedophilic, and it's really creepy. And if you're attracted to that, seek help, people. Seek help.
I think Natalie is a lot healthier. Let me see if I can find her. Natalie, she definitely has the fake boobs, but she's there she is. And she's got even way more, but she's more pornographic, I guess. Hope you don't. No, there's no actual nudity. Bird. There's no actual nudity, so we'll be fine. But she's got nearly 7 million. And that's a lot healthier.
Oh yeah, well, sure.
You know.
I wonder if those tits are real.
Think of these girls. This is all they do. And they clean up. They just live the life of Riley, and they make so much money on every post. She's
got a real body, though. Look at the hips.
She does one post. Yeah, she does one post a month. One.
She doesn't need to. I mean, she's a sexy girl. Look at that. That's the Marilyn Monroe.
You like that because it's more classic.
I mean, look at that. I mean, okay, that's worse. But the other way,
shame about the tattoo.
Look, that's a remake of the Marilyn dress that Kim Kardashian should have remade with her money. Instead, she destroyed it. She ruined the Marilyn Monroe dress with her big fat arse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look at the gap though. That's like crazy town. That was on purpose.
It was on purpose.
It was on purpose.
Now, there's no panties.
Old timey corsety look.
That's like, look at that. That's a living Barbie doll.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Here's the thing. So obviously that's really in a church.
She will take a photo anywhere.
This is an Instagram church allows, because that's like, oh God, you're wearing white, you're dressed like a whore,
they probably did it. They probably did it without permission and then ran out of the place, screamed at. But they got the shot. They got the shot.
I mean, this is
that's sacrilege, isn't it?
It's sacrilegious. It's
to do that.
And we're not the most religious dudes in the world, but
that's still sacrilege.
But it's just like, I take my hat off when I enter a church.
Yeah, show some respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what?
You kind of like her classic looks.
I do, but you know what? She's okay looking. Michaela's face is so much more beautiful than this girl. So much more. This girl's okay looking, but she's got redonkulous boobs, which anybody could have.
Well, anyone can have those. You just buy them.
Yeah, you just buy them. Isn't it interesting though? And I'm just gonna make a point.
You'd like this one.
Well, she's cute. I like the country girl look too.
Yeah, the country. Yeah, or the classic.
Yeah. First of all, there's nothing better than a slip dress, and it's cute.
Yeah, it's more traditional.
Yeah, I mean, I always, this is what old fags do when they watch TV, right? You'll see something from the 50s or the 60s, and you'll see like Raquel Welch in 1966, and she's wearing like a gorgeous, like, simple dress, and her hair's up, and you're like, how come girls don't dress like that anymore? It's so, you know what it is? It's so pretty. It's not horror. It's not the horror look. It's not overtly sexual. But when you're a beautiful woman wearing a very simple dress, like watch Sophia Loren and whatever movie in the 50s or 60s, there was like beautiful dresses that like that. Okay, that's a fishtail dress and it's cute and all that. And she looks good, but she's accentuating the sex. Sometimes you didn't need to do that. It was sexy enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she kind of crosses the line. There, she's crossing the line there.
Obviously, this is Playboy.
That looks like
because the next shop. The next shop is the top off. This is the prelude. This is the foreplay.
You're so right. They always did that, right?
Always. The first couple of shots are like her by the pool, and then the clasp, and then the next thing you know, boobs out.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy that Playboy is now considered classy?
Well, but it isn't anymore. Isn't it funny how Playboy was, crazy? Then they had Gore Vidal, The Interview, and all that, and then it was classy. And then after it died, and Hefner, now people are saying that he was a pervert and a human sex trafficker because people have lost their fucking marbles. That's a cute shot. Let's go back to that one. Now that's like a great Playboy. If she had bunny ears on, it would set the world on fire because that's a very cute kind of bikini bra top. Like I'm just going to from the.
This is why gay men are the perfect people to.
Yeah, I'm just because I'm looking at it completely coldly because I don't want anything to do with it other than style the shit out of it. I mean, she looks great there. Skin tones are great. Now that's way too provocative. Women should. I don't care how good looking you are. Never take a picture with your legs spread. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. Yeah, exactly.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't
Because
do
a
that.
lady reveals nothing.
That's right. And it's sexier.
It's way sexier. You know what's sexier? What you can't see, what you can't have.
That's
It's way sexier. I hear the Gabbiani outside.
The
They're making a lot of noise.
yeah, they're getting aroused looking at this.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
So this brought
there's so
this
many
goes
things that
around.
ladies can do to be provocateurs. You know, what are you guys gonna do? Stick a banana down your pants? Not much you can do. Hit the gym, I guess.
At the gym. You know what it is? Buy one of those boats. That's what the fellas can do.
You know what? That's the sexy thing.
That's the sexy
Buy
thing.
the boat.
Oh yeah, nice pose. You see the boat in the background? That's my boat.
Yeah.
There's your sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like, no,
Barbara
nice
says,
shot.
Merry Christmas. You know what? Ho, ho, ho.
She's in Greece wearing blue and white. Look.
Oh my God, that hurt my brain. That hurt my brain.
This is like a cartoon. This one.
I mean,
it's like not a real.
I'm
human.
so grateful.
But this is not AI because I've been following this girl for years. So this is, because some people might be like, that's all AI. It's not AI. And by the way, that tattoo is a real tattoo because I know this broad.
The bulge in that man's pants that women are attracted to is his wallet.
Is his wallet. Yeah, that's the bulge they're interested in.
Oh God.
There's your Merry Christmas right there. Look.
I mean, God, who is your father? Oh Jesus. That's terrifying.
She doesn't have a father.
Well, she does.
Know her father. Are you kidding me? She has no idea who her father was.
All right. I think we've had enough of this shit.
Okay. Sorry.
No, it's just like, at the point, it's just like, God bless her. Make all your money and do what you got to do. If you want to start an OnlyFans,
I find, I mean, obviously,
it's
I can
fascinating.
look at that stuff all day, but I just find it fascinating that this is her life. She just 3 photos a month, 4 photos by a Christmas tree or in Greece or in Paris. Boom. And that's it. And that's her career. The rest of the month she has off. Now she can't gorge on, burgers and fries because she got to keep the figure up. But everything else, she has no other job other than to fly to exotic places and just stand there and look pretty. It's crazy.
It's interesting how we live in a time where, it's acceptable behavior. Like there would be a time when a woman like that would be ostracized from society. She wasn't good. She wasn't this. I mean, I do love the fact that a woman can do whatever the fuck she wants to make her own coin, to be her own woman. I'm grateful for that. But at the same time, the Catholic boy in me is like, she's a tart. She might not very well be, but I bet she's mental and a right pain in the arse. She might be. But look at the guy. Guys are worse though. When you ever see I didn't know what a thirst trap was. Your brother had to explain it to me. I did not know what that meant.
You didn't know that phrase?
No, I had never heard that thing. And that applies just to men?
No, it's both.
Oh, it's for both. Okay. And he said it in relation to you, because you posted a picture of you playing your new bass in Rome, and naked. I don't know if you were naked or whatever the fuck you were doing.
I was totally naked, and I put on the bass.
My brother, your brother said, "So what? Now my brother's posting thirst traps," and I went, "What's a thirst trap?" Now I know.
Well, I do have women watching the channel and watching my Instagram, and I have gay men who watch the channel and watching the Instagram.
Fair play. Thirst trap. I didn't know what it was.
I kept it
it's just bait.
Very subtle.
Yeah.
And I'm playing my bass.
I didn't even notice. I just thought you were sitting there like in maybe you just had your top off or whatever, but it was very kind of artsy. It wasn't provocative. It was subtle, very subtle.
Yeah.
Your brother is going to notice that more than I'm going to notice that.
The junk out.
Because regardless to what this hate stream say, Oisín and I have never hooked up.
They really think that?
No, they just say it as a joke because they think it's funny. Or they did, because people are like, what is the story there? I'm like, would you fuck off? Gosh, this is terrible. But I saw it and I was like, oh, I was looking at the base, like, oh, what did he get exactly? And he's like, it's a thirst trap. I didn't know what a thirst trap was, but I guess there's a market for all that shit, man. I guess sex really does sell. Like every once in a while on Facebook, which I'm never on.
Listen, sex is always there, even if you're not doing it. Sex is still there.
I guess
like
so.
I'll give you an example. So the Trump video, right? So that reached a lot of people who don't know the channel at all. And there's a lot of comments like to the effect of the following, like, I don't know who this guy is, and I don't give a shit about watches, but I just want to hear him keep talking, honey, in your Irish accent. That's all they. Women just keep talking, you Irish stallion, whatever. All these comments like that to that effect. So they're listening to me talk about the Trump watch, but they don't care. They're just like, I wonder what he looks like naked, or I want to hear. I want him to talk to me on pillow talk, in the bed. There's women and men obviously, but also women. They're thinking about other things. You could be talking about anything. You could be talking about travel, but they go, oh,
do you know who she is?
I don't know her.
Tell me if you think she's attractive.
Is she AI? Is that the joke?
She's AI.
Yeah, isn't it amazing what AI can do? Santorini. Yeah, it just looks like a million other photos.
All I can think of is, oh my God, those coffees aren't real.
Well, there's plenty of hot males in AI.
I guess if I bothered to look for
hot
them,
bald males with beards and a bit of fucking abs.
I don't care about the abs. I just happen to marry
reading a book over coffee in a piazza that you could stare at.
You have to use all the tropes. You have to say dirty mechanic working on an engine, doing something hyper masculine,
or a quiet guy in a beautiful suit minding his own business, smoking a cigarette in Rome.
Right.
And you're like,
I mean, listen, everybody's got their
John Hamm in Rome when he pretends to meet his wife. That scene.
That's great. You know what? I've told you what I think about John Hamm. I think he's one of the most beautiful men in the world. He's fat now, though, but I've never thought he was
now. He's not fat.
He looks terrible in the morning show, which is, by the way, become the worst show on television. It's become Days of Our Lives.
He's fat.
He's chubby. He can barely close the tuxedo jacket. It's such a bad fit. Somebody should have gone a size up. Oh, Jesus.
Has something changed since he did that show?
He's married.
He watches.
He's married.
Because he doesn't look fat in that.
He got married. Both of them got in great shape for their wedding, and now they're just sitting there eating shit on the couch. And he looks terrible in the last episode of the morning show. There's this opera scene which is like mimicking The Godfather Part 3. Like the worst part of The Godfather Part 3 is that scene with Eli Wallach and the cannoli and the tropes. It's terrible. John Hamm cannot button the single button on his tuxedo. It looks terrible. But anyway, John Hamm, and you might be shocked by this. I don't think he's sexy. I think he's handsome. I don't think he's sexy at all.
I know your weird taste. Yes, I get it. You have weird taste.
I just think, cartoon, bricklayers are more sexy than John Hamm. John Hamm's too beautiful to be sexy. I think that there's something
that you love.
Yes, because you want to know what I love most about it? Her. January Jones at her zenith.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the gay man in me, right? Holy shitbox. Could you be? And then, of course, these two grease balls are sitting there at the table trying to mack her, right? And this sophisticated man with his pink tie and his gray suit, what a combo, shows up, and she's a goddess in that. She's the god. January Jones is fucking beautiful, man. She is so gorgeous. And she should have a bigger career because she's better. Why did she not win an Emmy Award for being the worst mother ever in the history of television? She was so good at it. She was a terrible person on that show.
I don't think she's considered a great actor.
She's not. But
by the
Betty
alumni.
Draper, Jesus Christ, Betty Draper. Could you have been a worse? I mean, we all hated her because she's smoking in front of the babies. She's treating her daughter like, oh God, it was the worst.
I love when they get the daughter to make the cocktails.
Oh my God. And clean all the ashtrays.
Yeah, it's like
that's her job.
10-year-old girl, and she's making all the cocktails for the
adults. That was my job too, though. I used to clean all the ashtrays at parties. It's like, well, my mother made me make coffee. You know, we didn't have coffee in our house because we were Irish people. We would have my mother would take the urn, this giant urn out of the attic, and we'd clean it out and we'd put the Maxwell house in there. And that was my job. I got to make it, you know. It was funny stuff.
And you were happy? You were thrilled with that?
Yeah, sure. I was an aspiring cook, I guess. I didn't know it at the time, but, you know, you put a kid in charge of some kind of chore like that. Kids like that, you know.
So let me ask you, is a dude smoking, is that sexy?
Depends on the
photo here.
That's not sexy.
That's not sexy.
I mean, depends.
What about that one?
No, that's not sexy.
The troubled, quiet man with.
I mean, it's not a great. You know, when your chin's all retracted like that. I mean, that's sexier. You know what's sexy? Marlene Dietrich smoking, or you know, one of the great. You know,
I'm asking you as a gay man.
Oh, is okay. So that one's.
What about that one?
I'm not going to say that like a cigarette in your mouth looks sexy or not. It can in a kind of George Harrell kind of context. You know, I mean,
I'm asking you for one reason, because the other day, because I know there's a waitress manager of a hotel down the street where I go all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And she's in her 40s, and we always have a bit of. She's married, and so on. We have a bit of fun, a bit of a laugh. She wears Rolex and so on, nice perfumes. We talk, and she follows the channel a bit. And I go sit there, and she's like, your usual, and so on. And we have a, you know, quasi, not sexual banter, but a slightly flirtatious thing between the two of us, but always knowing that.
Is this that Asian lady?
She's not Asian. No, that's the one who owns all the restaurants you're talking about.
Okay.
So, but recently she was like, why do you smoke those things? Because I'm sitting there, you know, this is how I wake up these days. I have a coffee and a fucking Toscano. I need
You wake up to smoking now?
Yeah, I do a coffee, a Diet Coke, and a Toscano. That's how I start my day. And then I'm ready for my day. Listen, I'm in my 50s. It's fine. If I don't do that now, I also dress like an adult these days, which is nice.
Yeah.
So she goes, I bet you just smoke those to be Figo. Figo is like to be cool. Yeah. She goes, do you smoke those because you like them, because you need to relax, or is it just to look more Figo? And I was like, it's a bit of both. And she starts laughing. So I thought, like, is a dude smoking, is it kind of sexy?
I mean, that's triggering for some people, but
women smoking is sexy.
Yeah, this is okay. And this is going to sound, and I'm sorry to my family and everybody that's going to hear this. If I see a really good looking guy and he lights up a cigarette, I think he's more attractive.
That's what I'm asking.
I do.
It's a bit more like he's a man, he's a pensive man there smoking.
Yeah. So this is George Harrell, who's obviously the greatest photographer in the history of Hollywood.
Sure.
You know, he did all the Marlene Dietrich and every great star, Cary Grant, everybody. And he did a lot of smoking pictures. Like, here's a picture of a woman with a cigarette, and every man in the world wishing they were the guy
to light it. Yeah, the symbolism there. Yeah, they all want to light her cigarette.
There's amazing symbolism in it, because it was a big part of society in the day. Obviously, tastes have changed and stuff. You know, like you see Cary Grant, or
a woman smoking is something. I'll reveal this because my family aren't watching it. Oh, actually, they are, because they watch your show.
Did the doctor smoke?
Yes, she did. But there was a model girl in New York, and we're at the business. Okay, I'm revealing a lot right now, but whatever. I won't name names.
It's Friday night.
And it's, you know, that certain position, and she fucking lights up a cigarette, and I was like, "Oh, you dirty little minx. She lights up a cigarette in the middle and she continues smoking. And I was like, this is so weird, but kind of sexy and cool. I was like,
that's how I met Paul.
Yeah.
I didn't smoke and I asked him for a cigarette.
And it turned you on?
I mean, it was a different time. People smoked, or, I was, of course I went through, like obviously when I was a younger person, that was verboten, to do that as a young singer and, serious about your craft. But I always thought it was, I don't know, there was a wild abandon about it, or a devil may care vibe about it, or you don't think about it as like cancer and addiction. It's like a tough guy thing. But when a woman does it, especially like if you watch Gloria Swanson or one of these great sirens from the golden era, they might have a cigarette holder, or like, I use Marlene Dietrich as this kind of barometer because she was lots of things. She was beautiful. Yes. She was tougher than she was beautiful. She was a survivor of, of Nazi Germany, and like she was a survivor. And when she has a song called Black Market. If anybody, this might sound like the gayest thing in the world, but it's not. It's more of a fan of music, and it's from a movie called International. It's called it'll come to me. International Affair, an International Affair, a Foreign Affair. Sorry, it's Billy Wilder directed it.
Foreign Affair,
she does this song called Black Market. And let me tell you about this scene in this movie. Ready? So it's called Black Market. So they're in Berlin, and it's the GIs are there because they toppled Hitler, and like all the the allies are there, and she is this nightclub singer, Marlene Dietrich, and she's doing a performance. Nobody has anything, so she's running the black market. Liverwurst for soap, all these different trades, and the scene starts out with everybody's clapping, and then she goes, shh, tiptoe, trade your things, because she had a little bit of a speech impediment. And she walks around the room singing Black Market, sneak around the corner, Budapest. And then the piano player lights her cigarette, and she walks around the room, and she's singing this song like a chanteuse does. And she takes he doesn't like, she takes a cigarette out of a man's mouth, one of the guys that's watching the show. She takes it out of his mouth, and she just starts smoking it. And she walks around the room while everyone else wets their panties because it's so sexual. And then when she gets back up to the stage, she takes a big drag, and she goes like this without looking and hands it to her piano player. It was like an orgy with a cigarette. It's so crazy.
Patricia says smoking cigarettes look sexy until you want to kiss. That's not true because take Carissa, for example. Carissa, little dainty blonde, was like, I like the taste and smell of cigarettes and whiskey off a man.
Yeah.
Cigars, cigars, not cigarettes, but cigars and whiskey off a man. She's like, I want my man to be a man. I can be all pretty and flowery. He has to smell and taste like smoke and whiskey.
Yeah.
And I was like, can I get a whiskey, please? No.
Can I just say that Listerine and like your most recent deep cleaning doesn't taste good.
Right.
Just because you banakaed yourself doesn't mean you're ready for kissing.
Yeah, Jim Patterson, Guinness breath. My sister said that many years ago. She loved Guinness breath off a guy. When you're into men, there's a whole series happening right now on TikTok, right? Why are you laughing?
I just love the fact that you're talking about when you're into men. Here comes the big thing. I want to hear it. Go.
But there's a thing going around of I wish I could pull it up, but there's all these women going non-sexual things that turn me on about men, and women are talking about like when he's like driving the car with one hand, or when he's washing the dishes and he maybe has his top off. He didn't put his top on because it's a hot day, but he's washing the dishes and I can see his back muscles working as he's washing it. Like little small things. It's a big trend. There's all these women talking about it across TikTok. And I keep leaving the same comment. I'm like, there's nothing unusual. You just like men. That's all that's happening, girls. There's nothing unusual about this. You're just attracted to the male. and he can sit and read a book with his glasses on. He can, start up the car. He can whatever. Like one girl was like, when he's taller than you and he's looking down at you with his eyes focused on you while you're talking. It's like, and I'm like, you just like men. That's all it is. There's nothing unusual about it. You're just attracted. We men have the same thing for women when they have little things that they don't need to push their boobs up. Just little silly things that we go, okay, I like that because that's a feminine thing. It's the same thing. So,
I mean,
I don't know what point I'm trying to make here.
No, I get what you're trying to say. And listen, there are a lot of stereotypes of what a woman should be and what a man should be. And of course, they're all changing now. What people find attractive in terms of what is masculine and what is feminine. Obviously, those have changed through time, and that's fine. Like I'm going to show you a picture of, okay, so here's my humble opinion, the sexiest person that's ever lived on the face of this earth. And they're smoking.
John Holden.
William Holden. Right.
We've been talking about this guy for 45 years.
I think he's the most handsome man that's ever lived. He's rugged, he's masculine, he's got a great cleft.
Have a cigar.
He's about to have a cigar. He's got big hairy paws.
He could put that
5 o'clock shadow. He's got dimples.
Between puffs, he could put that cigar in that cleft.
Sure, right.
It would just stick.
Yeah, I mean, that's
look at that cleft.
He
has to wash that thing out. He's got to wash that cleft out.
Some
people's clefts. I mean, that's got to like gather dirt in there. That's a fucking real cleft.
It's a real one, yeah. I mean, that's to me what a man looks like, and that's just my particular taste. You might like Brad Pitt or Timothy Chalamet. That's fine, but like back in the day, all the guys were like they were rugged fellas and they smoke cigars and cigarettes, and I just, it doesn't.
I'm just fascinated that there's a trend right now.
Now you can't tell whether or not that guy's handsome or not, right? But you can tell he's a man, though, right?
Yeah, I can't tell if he's handsome or not, but I can tell that he's masculine. Yes, I can tell that. I'm just saying that. I guess my point is that we've kind of gone so far gone now that young women, because all these women are in their 20s across TikTok, are trying to explain how they find the masculine shape and idiosyncrasies attractive. And I'm like, girls, like, we've gone, it's great. I love sexual liberty. I love all of this.
Me too.
Fluid shit.
But you know what? Brilliant. I want the truck driver over the guy that's sensitive towards his feelings.
It isn't weird when you watch a guy, start an engine or fix the TV or, I don't know, put on his jeans and light a cigarette. That's not weird to find that attractive. You just like men.
Right.
That's all I try to tell these girls. It's like, you just like men. That's it. You like men. At
the end of the day, if you're attracted to what you're attracted to. I hate the fact that society is telling people now what they should and shouldn't be attracted to. You really can't control what you are attracted to, and we've changed the fucking.
You can't. By the way,
you like what you like. You love the Barbie blondes. You've always loved the really super cute, beautiful. That's your type. All American, gorgeous goddess. That's your thing. So I know guys that are like. I have a friend who liked girls that refused to mow the lawn. That was his thing, and that's great. Hey man, whatever knocks you out, But like. When, like I've known so many of these queens that I grew up with that love these smooth, sexy little boys, like guys that shave and wax their chest. I'm like, you're so gay. It's so faggy to do that. Don't do that. It's like, you know what? There are plenty of guys that don't need to do that and they take up that space. Why are you trying to occupy the space that belongs to somebody else? Why don't you go the other route? Because lots of people will be attracted to you. It's vanity too, and that's creepy. Joe LaFaro, do you know about Burt Lancaster? Do you know much about Burt Lancaster, Oisín?
I love him.
Right. Super bisexual.
Oh, I didn't know
that guy slept with a shitload of dudes. And like everybody knew about it, but he was such a man that everybody
This is a left turn.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
Not yours, mine. This is my left turn.
Go.
Have you heard the new rumor about the Epstein files, about the Epstein emails?
No. Tell me more.
There's a thing floating. I don't know if it's invented. We'll see. There's a thing floating around that Trump gave a blowjob to
Jeffrey Epstein?
No, to Clinton.
That's not true.
I was talking. It's probably not true, but I was talking about it on my show. I was like, whatever's in the Epstein files, it's horrific. Because these are men of power, men with money.
Sure.
If they want to have nice sex in a hotel room, they can have it without going to some island or without having
there's the most debaucherous illegal
shit. Yes. Wild
perversion,
shit,
against biblical humanity, all of that
It's
stuff.
not just with young women. It's wild fucking shit that they got up to. By the way, did you see Megyn Kelly trying to make you might actually support her ideas that she was trying to show a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old. This was yesterday now. It's all
I love
hating
her with all of my soul.
She was like, apparently Epstein he wasn't a pedophile because he liked young looking girls who could be barely legal, and there's a difference between that and a 5-year-old. And the guest, this Zio bitch as her guest, I can't remember. I've seen her on Piers Morgan. And she's kind of nodding and agreeing. And I'm thinking, no, that's still rape. It's still under 18. What are you talking about, Megyn
Well, listen,
Kelly?
Guys throughout the history of humanity have loved, listen, here's a controversial thing to say. But when in the animal world, of which we are part of, when ovulation begins, that is when you are now adult and ripe for procreation. And that has...
I knew you'd bring this up. Yeah.
No, but it's true. Back in the day, that was like, okay, it's time for you to marry when you're 11 or whenever it happens. And that's historically what we did. As we evolved as people, or maybe some people think we didn't evolve, maybe they think it's de-evolution. We've put certain laws in place about when a person is capable of making decisions. Consent. Right. It's about consent. So, and I agree with it. I think, you need to be at least an adult before you can make a decision, because
it seems arbitrary when she's 17 going on 18, like she's 18 in 2 weeks. So it's like, what's the difference? Because
when did you have sex, Oisín? When did you have sex? I mean, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, yes.
I mean, yes. Like I wanted it when I was 13 and 14.
Of course.
And I would have been raised my hand for the 30-year-old school teacher or whatever that shit. Yes, and I would have been like, it's my fault. Of course. I am at fault for, and I've said I was a teenage Lolita because, I had this experience when I was very young with a much older person. And it was my fault. I started it.
that scene comes to mind. Do I go off this subject, or do we stay on
wherever you want to go? It's Friday night. It's your fucking show. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care.
But that scene comes to mind. Who cares? That scene comes to mind in Raging Bull when he's hit on. He's at the bar. Oh yeah. De Niro's at the bar and he gets hit on by this girl with heavy makeup on. She's looking and her hair's up and she's looking all. And he sleeps with her, and then the next day the cops arrive, and she's 14, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And then he winds up in jail, and he starts punching the wall, headbutting the wall, and all that. It's like
it's your job as an adult to know better, because if somebody tries to Lolita the shit out of you, you just say, "Absolutely not."
Lolita, that's exactly what we're talking about here, and I guess that's what Megyn Kelly was trying to get to, is like, is there a difference between the Lolita thing and I mean, if you're attracted to a 5-year-old, you need to put a gun in your mouth.
No, right somebody, now. No, everyone, the whole village needs to put the gun in your mouth.
No,
you're a bad fucking machine.
Don't bring your society down and make them do it. Do it yourself.
Yeah, I agree.
Do it yourself, because we as a society, we should be better than the one single individual, right? So we shouldn't be forced to do that. If I'm just saying, any lads out there, there's a lot of people, whatever, you have dark thoughts, whatever. If you're attracted to an 8-year-old girl, you need to fucking have a great fucking bottle of wine, a great steak, and say goodbye to all your friends and jump off a fucking bridge.
I don't even want them to enjoy those things. I want them to be incinerated.
Just get rid, because you're seriously broken. You're broken.
You're a
inside
bad
your mind.
machine.
That you're a bad machine. There's something really, really broken in your head. But then Megyn Kelly was trying to put a difference between being attracted to kind of a mature-looking 15-year-old and a 5-year-old. And I see what she's trying to say, but I was thinking, like, it's still rape, bitch. You can't fucking say.
Was she doing that? Oh, I'm gonna.
Yes,
I'm
she
gonna
was
go watch
doing
it,
that.
and I'm gonna go comment
everywhere.
Because
man.
First of all, she was part of the Roger Ailes thing, where these women were marginalized and turned into copycat whores of one another. They were sexualized. They were brutalized, and these women spoke up, and she was one of them. She was also one of the people that was incredibly.
Charlize Theron play her?
Yes,
in that
she
role?
did.
Right.
These people spoke up against one of the most horrific things that had been going on in the workplace forever.
Yeah, it was like hike up your skirt.
Right. And she was marginalized by our current president to such a degree that she actually went public with the whole thing. And now she's one of his biggest supporters. What does that say about Megyn Kelly as a human being? What does that say about her? She's a fraud.
She's a fraud. She'll say whatever the audience want her to say. She's
smart. She's beautiful. She's all of these things. Yes. But she's also a fucking traitor. Yeah. She's a traitor to her country, to womankind. How disgracefully that you experienced all the worst things that could happen to a woman, yet you still support that fucking monster.
That's true.
She enrages me. She's one of the people that really pushes my buttons, and I do watch her from time to time.
What about Candace Owens? You ever watch her stuff?
You know, like Candace
her fucking live streams are massive now.
They're massive. She has
some of the biggest live streams on YouTube. My God, she has 120K watching.
She's done some very
lives.
I've watched a bunch of her shit. You know, I'm conflicted with. I don't really know if she knows exactly what side of the fucking pancake she's on, because now she's jumping on the Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tucker Carlson thing, and she's on a mission now where, like, okay, do we look at it as enlightenment, or you had an epiphany, or because some of the shit she said in the past is appalling.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for everybody figuring out what they want out of life. I'm all for somebody saying, I was wrong, because that's the problem. Why can't people just say they were wrong? Well, I'm not fucking blow smoke up my ass, but in the primary, I voted for Andrew Cuomo because I was a fucking uninformed moron and I wasn't paying any attention. And it was a big fucking mistake.
How do you feel
luckily, now? I voted for Mamdani. Of course I did.
Yeah.
And he won. He's going to be the mayor of New York City. And because I took the time to inform myself, but I also took the time to step back and say, what the fuck is wrong with you, you dumb fucking schmuck? He is all the things that people said about him. But the worst thing about Andrew Cuomo is he's a smug, arrogant cunt. That's the worst thing. He thinks he's Teflon, just like the Donald does. He thinks he's Teflon. Yeah,
all those shit anymore.
Well, he lost.
He got the billionaires are paying millions to push his strategy.
APAC.
And Mamdani won regardless, even though there was like 80,000 out there working, knocking on doors for free. It's like a tidal wave, man.
Yeah. DG, I'm sure that this is a joke right here that you're saying Mamdani is a communist, because there's a very big difference between communism and socialism and democratic socialism.
He's being facetious.
You're being facetious, right? That's what they think. Fredo. Yeah, listen at this point. And listen, hey, and you know what I tell everybody? He's like, oh my God, I can't believe everybody decided to vote for that communist. I'm like, well, why don't you treat this mayoralship as the experiment that we are currently experiencing with the presidency? I
brought up a thing last week. So people are talking about like free buses, right, to get around the city, just to get around the city.
Sure.
What he's trying to help, who is he trying to help? He's trying to help the working man, the guy who opens the bodega in the morning, wipes the floors, who makes your fucking egg sandwich. That guy, that's the guy who takes the bus. And the woman who's the caretaker or whatever.
Yes.
These are the people who take the bus. I rarely took the bus in New York City. I would take fucking cabs.
I don't get on buses
because I'm a poncy asshole. I would either use the subway or I would take a cab. I'd rarely take a fucking bus.
I walk.
I took the bus last time I was in New York. I was out in Queens, and I took the bus because my doctor decided to move.
Which bus?
He moved to Myrtle Avenue, way up Myrtle Avenue.
Oh, Jesus. He went to Fresh Pond Road down there. I went
out there, and there's nothing. I was like, I could barely even get an Uber to pick me up. Yeah, and the Uber was crazy money because now Uber's really
Maspeth, Glendale, Middle Village.
Yeah, out there. So I said, fuck it, I'm taking the bus. I grew up in hardcore Dublin. I took the bus my whole life. What am I, above this? No, I'm taking the bus. Meanwhile, I had like a fucking gold Rolex on. I covered it. But I saw the real people of New York going to work. These are the people that he's trying to help. Now, here was my point. When I was in Miami, right? Super right-wing, fucking mega Zio shithole, right? Great fucking town. But sorry, it was super fucking right. Everyone's
beautiful town for sure.
Beautiful town, but like super, super right. Okay. We were going home. We were at FP Journe having fucking cocktails and whiskeys and cigars and behaving like gazillionaires, right? And one of the guys who's a gazillionaire, a real gazillionaire, goes, fucking, like, why would we pay like $1,000 for dinner? Let's just go to my place and we'll order pizza. We went to his place. His place was insane, okay? Insane building right in downtown Miami. But we got on a train, an air train called the Mobile Mover or something. It's got a name. And there was no ticket. We just went up an escalator and got on this air train that brought us through downtown.
Oh, do they have like a tram?
A tram thing above the traffic.
Is the Vegas one free too? I don't remember.
I don't know.
It is.
So we got on this
monorail, right?
DG said it there. Look, it's the Metro Mover.
Oh, cool.
And
see, that's great.
We got on. It was fucking great. And it was super efficient, and it got us, like, it drops you off nearby, and then you walk a block or two, or whatever. It was a free service. I was like, what's the difference? Why aren't they burning this thing down going, that's communism? No, it's not. It's offering a free service for the regular guy.
It's communism.
And decongesting the city a little bit, perhaps, maybe because of the traffic issues and so on.
Sure.
Well, what's the problem?
Can we just? I'm working all about
man a free service to get around New York City.
Just how dare you commie, you pinko? I mean, it's just. Let's just take a minute of silence. I'm going to take a quick pee break. I'll back. You can talk about communism to everybody.
All right.
Rah, rah.
No, I won't. Yeah, Vegas is free too, says Joe LaFar. There you go. Well, maybe Vegas has they have a different ulterior motive, right? Because they want to get you from casino to casino easily and quickly. So maybe they have another plan in mind, But I'm just saying, like, that was a nice thing in downtown Miami, just to be able to get on a free air train thing, tram thing that would just zip you around the city nice and easy. You don't need to get into your flashy rented car to do it. And I don't see the problem with trying to help out like the regular guy who's, brewing your coffee at 7 a.m. and making your egg sandwich or sweeping your floors. On your way to downtown to Wall Street. I don't get why that's a problem. If anything, it should be celebrated. But maybe that's the commie in me. Kyle T. Free elementary school is communism. So is when the firefighters show up at your house burning down. Yeah, both examples Oisín has said multiple times, but people's heads are too thick to understand. Why wouldn't your fellow taxpayer help you live in your own country? I don't, when you go off to fight for your country, they hand you a weapon and they hand you ammunition. Do you have to pay for it? No. I don't know. It's this weird aversion to social services and social democracy. For the record, Mamdani is a social democrat. It's the same as we have over here all across Europe. It's social democracy. It's not socialism and it's not communism. It's social democratic, which is basically when you really need something, we're going to help you. If you want a nice Rolex or a nice car or a boob job or no job, that's on you. That's what it boils down to. The things that you absolutely need, you shouldn't have to worry about the price of it. You know, water and basic things, simple things, healthcare, things like that. That's the safety net that you should be provided by, you know, your country, by your fellow countrymen. I don't know why that's such a weird concept. And it isn't actually, because the truth is, across the United States, that is implemented in so many ways. The police officers, the firefighters. And in Miami, that's a Metro Mover. Fucking great. You know, the rich assholes can stay down on the road in their Lamborghini stuck in traffic if they like. That's up to them. They'll impress their girlfriends. I'm jumping on that bloody Metro Mover, man. I'm getting home. Makes no difference to me. But anyway. Meanwhile, Trump just had a fucking ex-Al-Qaeda dude in the fucking Oval Office. Give me a break. I know he was young, but he's still connected to that whole thing. Money is power, man. The ex-Al-Qaeda guy has power in Syria. And that's why he gets invited to the Oval Office. Let's be honest. Doesn't matter that people he knows and people he's connected to killed American troops.
That sounds cheery.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry. You came in on a lovely high note.
It's like the people. That was pretty good, though.
Anyway, I'm always talking about the same shit.
That's okay.
How's your wine? How's your what?
Oh my God! Can I just tell you, this wine costs like nearly nothing. This is what it is, right? Okay, it's like it was like, I think it was like $20. Is it not? There it goes.
There it is.
Okay, so this was very inexpensive, and I bought this alongside like a good bottle from last week, but I was too lazy to go out and buy something special. And it is exactly what you want it to be from Bordeaux. It is exactly what you want. It's a 2022, and I don't know this. It says, you know, Mise en bouteille de Chateau. Well, Chateau. So it's like
Mise en bouteille,
yeah. Chateau. So it's all the grapes are from the Chateau, and it is 14%, and it is ready for this? 60% Merlot, 20% Petit Verdot, and the rest is Cabernet. So there you go. And it's Merlot forward. You know what?
Yeah.
We love Merlot, man. Can we talk
about
Merlot
forward?
Merlot is just the.
I don't like when it's 92% cab and then a few sprinkles.
It's California, and then there's too much booze in it.
Headache time.
It's heavy and thick and juicy and fucking fruit bomb. And you know what? Merlot is the elegant grape, man. It's just so versatile. Right. It's so elegant.
She's a lady, man.
She's a lady, like the Pichon Nouvelle Comte. Though Pichon has been very heavy on the Cabernet lately. You notice that they always changes every year. I've noticed that it's really come up on the Cabernet.
It has to. For a fine wine, they have to balance things.
Yeah.
They have a whole staff who get in and make that blend every year.
Petrus, or the Petrus is like the
American. Or Le Pen or Cheval Blanc. Yeah, they just stick to it was like the Pinot world. It's like, welcome to their world. They get one fucking varietal and they better work it. They don't have an option. Like the Pinot guys don't get to add anything. They also don't get to enrich. They don't get to add sugar. The Pinot guys have a much harder life. You know,
well, of course they do.
Listeners, they have just a tougher. They don't sleep well. The Pinot guys, they're worried all the time about the rain, about the sun, about the fog. You know what I mean? Whereas the cab guys are like, fuck it, it's gonna survive anyway. It'll be fine. We'll add some sugar. Who cares? You know.
I'm gonna show everybody what they should get when it comes to that. I'm just gonna give everybody a little bit of a wine tip tonight, and here it is. Ready, guys? If you want to, all roads lead to Burgundy, as the old adage says, and that just basically means as you get older, you like your wine to be a little bit more subdued, a little finer, a little bit more elegant, a little bit more mature. And the big fruit bombs tend to, you want to get the drama aside and go for something that's a little bit, Burgundy is Pinot Noir is that grape, obviously.
So
And
AP is like, have you finished your point? Oh, I'm sorry.
no. So I'm going to show you this right now, and this is
Okay.
I want to tell you who this guy is. Right, this is Regis Folly, and this is a vinter in Burgundy that makes some of the greatest wines you will ever taste in your entire life. And basically, what this guy did was, there's a very famous place in Burgundy called Domini Romani Conti. We all know what that is, or if you don't, it's the most expensive wine on planet Earth. And they make something called La Tâche, which is amongst the most celebrated wines in the world. And in the early 70s, La Tâche was looking to expand their plot of land. So they called upon their friend next door, Regis Faure, and he sold them several hectares of wine. And so basically the same soil and the same grapes and all that stuff. And it should be equally, it doesn't have the gravitas perhaps of La Tâche, but this is an affordable wine. You can get a bottle of amazing Burgundy. Look, Von Romani, right there you go.
So he's next door.
He's next door. All the stuff that they make at Domini Romani Conti, they make right next door. And you can buy it for a fraction of the price. Because how much is a bottle of Echezot? I don't know, $14,000, $15,000, $16,000. A lot of money. You can buy that for $250.
AP says, I'm not drinking any fucking
Yeah.
So that's called the sideways effect, and that had an effect on the wine industry, especially in the United States. But you should know that, first of all, he was a Pinot guy. Miles, the character, was a Pinot guy. He's so obsessed with Pinot. And second of all, his ex-wife, who he doesn't want to think about anymore, was a Merlot fan.
Right,
that's why he resented it. Want to have Merlot, not because Merlot is one of the greatest grapes ever.
The king of all grapes. It's the king. It's the
queen.
Yeah, it's the queen of grapes. Right. Yeah. It is the queen of grapes. That's why we always refer to, whenever we drink Pichon La Vieux Comtesse de Lenon, or Oisín and I were able to enjoy a bottle of Petrus for my birthday a million years ago. And it was still to this day the most exciting bottle of wine we've ever had, because of how it changed in the glass over the 3 hours that we drank it. It was astonishing.
Oh, she kept changing her outfit
constantly.
It was 40 minutes. Amazing. She kept, half an hour. She kept changing into a completely new outfit. It was like,
we drank it in 2013. It was in 1998. And when we first opened her, she was wearing like a slutty little Carnaby Street outfit. And then she put on a pair of trousers. Then she put on a ball gown. And then she was wearing like Balenciaga. It was like she evolved as a woman along. It was amazing. The end of that bottle was monstrous. It was incredible. And then we were like, well, what do we do now?
Well, truth be told, we had other bottles in between. I brought Fransac, and I brought
we had
something else, maybe a Pontacanet or something. I don't know. Yeah. We had other things.
We did. We had like 3 or 4 bottles.
We probably finished with the end of the Petrus.
We did.
We probably nibbled on that sediment, if there was any.
We had separate glasses for that. We had one glass for everything, and then we had the one glass that was just for the Petrus. And it was a special night. Listen, it is what it is. It's a niche thing to be into if you like great wine. But we were so into wine at that point. It was like, the way like everybody's into watches. We were super into the wine at that time. Look, trying to find out about, the varietals, and trying to find out about all the great chateaus and all that stuff. We were just sponges for as much information and learning as we could find, because, it's a hobby like watch collecting or being a musician. And at that point in time, we were obsessed with just trying to try all the great wines. It was a great time. It's a great time. And we tried them all.
It's a great thing that we did that. We had our time doing
We did a lot of shit. We spent a shitload of money.
Travis says the hitching post is still the hitching post. I think my brother stayed there.
Is it called that? I thought that they changed the name of it to
he said that too.
Movie. Paul Giamatti's character reminds me of Dirk, love for the vino. Can I tell you, Paul Giamatti came into the restaurant where I worked?
He knows nothing about wine.
No, I know he knows nothing about wine.
Like he was purely acting and just doing the script. He
He's a
actually,
genius.
as a guy, he doesn't know much about wine.
He
Isn't that
should have
great?
won the Oscar for Holdovers. He was so good in that, man.
He was great in that.
You know, I mean, I know awards are bullshit and it doesn't really mean anything, but like that movie was so beautiful.
Holdovers
Man.
was great, but I feel like his. I think Sideways was his king role.
Well, it
I
was his
just
king role, but that you know the thing about Sideways was he got the accolades, but he didn't get the ultimate reward as an actor. I guess that would be the Academy Award. And so it took forever because then right after that he followed it up with John Adams. And if people
he was
haven't
in
seen
John Adams. He was
it was the
good.
most amazing thing. He was
Yeah.
incredible in it, and he's always been incredible. The next role, and then he kind of languished for a while and did good stuff, but
He's
not like
always around. He's always doing stuff.
that was absolutely breathtaking.
Do you remember him in Ides of March?
Sure. Oh God,
He was the other Democratic candidate's fucking main guy. Yeah. He was great.
He came into the restaurant where we were, and somebody said, "Oh, Paul Giamatti's upstairs," because the restaurant where I was working, my bar was downstairs, everything was upstairs, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So I went to just go pretend I was making a coffee, and I saw him, and he's younger than me, and he's like in between you and me. He's probably like 57 or whatever he is, and he looked like one of those actors that just spends all his money on wine and steak and French fries. Because he was really out of shape and he looked really, really, really old. And he was there with some business guy, and I could tell that they were talking about a business deal. And then I saw him like 3 months later on a red carpet thing, and he was pencil thin. He had lost a shitload of weight and looked amazing. He's a funny looking guy. He's certainly not older. He's never going to get the Brad Pitt award. But I saw it just goes to show you when you're in Hollywood that when it's time for a role, you get your trainer, you get your nutritionist, and they just get you into shape. Because look at Russell Crowe.
I thought you were about to say something, but you didn't, so I'm going to say it.
Go.
It's a great thing about Hollywood that it's not all about beauty and the most handsome, chiseled guy. In fact, often it's not. It's about the better performer. And this is why we have our Paul Giamattis and our Philip Seymour Hoffmans and various other actors, our John, what's his name, Turturro, and so on. The people who aren't, regular handsome guys, but they can hold a role down, even a leading role. I mean, Philip Seymour Hoffman was overweight his entire career.
And sweaty.
And sweaty.
So sweaty.
But maybe
a genius.
Maybe one of the great American. I would say
not maybe. Absolutely.
I would say in the top maybe 20 or 10.
No, I would say top 5.
10. 5.
I think he's a genius. I think Philip Seymour Hoffman has given some of the greatest. Performances that you hang on.
Isn't that a great thing?
Sure.
I'm following Florence Pugh on Instagram. She posts every day. She's a funny girl. And she's cute as a button. And we love her stoic view. When they put makeup on that woman, she becomes this, like, as you said on the Watch Fashion Police one time, you're like, she should be on a coin. Yeah. She has that kind of perfect beauty.
Coin, yeah.
But she's just a regular girl.
She's got a Joan of Arc look to her.
You saw her completely naked in the Oppenheimer movie. She's completely naked. You can see her weird little boobs, and it's a strange physique she has. She's
got Pink's body.
She's kind of got a boyish.
Yeah, it's boyish, masculine,
or whatever.
It's got a muscular tightness.
I like that about Hollywood. That if you put on daytime TV in America, it's in 30 frames per second instead of 24, and it's soap operas, and every dude looks like a Ken doll. And they're all cast because they're the most handsome possible. Whereas when you move up the scale, it's not about that. It can be about that. And Colin Farrell looks great, and Brad Pitt looks great, including.
Did you watch his new film?
But then you have Adrian Brody, and you have Robin Williams, and you have all these other brilliant talents that aren't on the screen because they're the most handsome person. They're on the screen because they're the most talented. By the way, I just watched the Colin Farrell thing last night.
Oh, good.
Tilda Swinton is in that. That is
Yeah, I
not an
watched it.
attractive
I saw
woman.
it. I thought, well, she's a fucking goddess.
I mean, I'm attracted to her because of her brilliance.
She's a
Okay.
genius.
Okay. But I like that about Hollywood, that Tom Hanks isn't necessarily a Bill Holden or a George Clooney, but he's done bigger roles than anyone. And that goes to show that it's about I just read my daughter's thesis about film earlier tonight again for the second time at a pub at a Kilkenny pint and a smoke. That was my breakfast. and I brought because I have a thesis with me, and I was reading it again.
That's another word you say differently than we do. Theses.
What?
We say thesis, and you say
thesis. And it's just, they're all tools. Like there's a shot of Scarlett Johansson on what's the movie she made with, it's about the couple who are breaking up, whatever.
A marriage story.
A marriage story, that's it. But she's on the set. There's a shot, and the director's there, and they shot her on film. So it's a big fucking thing over.
Big Panaflex fucker, yeah.
Panaflex thing, thank you, facing that. And she's just there. And you just realize, and the key grip is there, and the fucking DP is there. And you realize these are all tools. Yes, Scarlett Johansson's going to get all the fame, but she's just one of these tools. And it's something I hope we never lose. I think I have more respect for the film industry than I do for the music industry.
100%, because the music industry is all artifice. Whereas, like, who's the guy what's the guy from Star Wars in A Marriage Story? What's his name?
Yeah,
Adam Driver. He's a very ugly guy who's a brilliant actor. But he's not a good.
See what I mean?
Guy.
You see what I mean?
He's not good looking.
Why don't
they
choose the most handsome, most chiseled guy?
Because they have, but they do too.
Because it's about more than that, and that's why, like,
it depends on the artist.
Is one of the biggest actors of all time. Just makes me happy because he's not a particularly handsome guy.
We have our matinee idols. They exist.
Well, Clooney fits into that, and
both
Brad Pitt, and now they have some new young guys fitting into they're fitting into that role.
Right. But both Brad Pitt and George Clooney are both really good actors too. There are some, like, Keanu Reeves is not a great actor, but we love Keanu.
We love him.
We love him. He's a great matinee idol. I think he's gotten better as an artist. He's an amazing human being.
Yeah, he's a really nice person.
He's a great person. But like throughout, like Redford, who were the guys, the zeitgeist guys of their time? Like Redford in the beginning, was he a great actor? No. Did he become one? Probably. He got really good later. Watch a lot of his movies, like All the President's Men. Yeah, he got better, but he's against Dustin fucking Hoffman, who's a gnome, who's a fucking he's like one of the ugliest guys ever, but a genius when it comes to acting. It's like Joe Pesci, you know?
By the way, great. I nominato. How do you say that? I'm losing my English. You brought up All the President's Men, because when Redford died, I watched that again.
Yeah,
dude. Gordon Willis behind the camera, slowly zooming in on Redford when he's on the phone and he's getting through to the senators and so on. Oh my God, the acting is
outrageous.
That film is a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. Everyone should see All the President's Men, and it just makes you.
You know what he does? You know what Redford does really well? A lot of actors act to the camera, and he can do it well, but he can act away from the camera. There are moments in that thing where he turns away, and he's on his typewriter. He's acting away from the camera, and then he's acting to the camera in the same scene. Oh my God.
Isn't that incredible?
It's incredible. Like when you see that art, you're just like, oh my God, this is fucking unbelievable.
And like all the other stuff he did for other artists with Sundance and all that stuff. This guy, I mean, there are the, like, you know, I used to consider Stanley Tucci in that thing before he became the most obnoxious host of his own show. And I used to love him as an actor, and he's still great because he was great in Conclave. And there were like all these underdoggy actors that were out there, like Steve Buscemi, who's always fucking good. And then there's the movie stars, you know, Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise will never win an Oscar. Never. He will never get one.
He can't.
He can't.
No, I can't.
I love his movies. You love his movies. You love his Magnolia performance. I'm gonna rewatch that because I hated that movie when it came out.
Oh my
And I'll
god,
rewatch it
so
because
good.
maybe I just missed the boat on it. I don't know. I'm the first guy.
Emmett doesn't like that movie either. I
I
love
hate
that.
it. I just, like when things are overly symbolic, like when people force feed you symbolism, I often get like, oh, I got it. Okay.
And Philip Seymour Hoffman is in that too. He's the
Yeah.
nurse.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a good
So
film.
just to take a quick right turn, we were
Yeah.
watching a documentary on the Wonderland murders in LA when John Holmes, the porn star, was accused of murdering all those people. And I didn't realize that Boogie Nights was completely based upon that vaguely. And they were alluding to all the different things about the drug dealer, this guy Eddie Nash.
Well,
And
P.T. Anderson does that. He bases loosely. The Master is based loosely on lunatic fucking what's his name?
Charles Manson.
No, the Master is based on the Scientology.
Is based on L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard. Sorry, it's
%.
late.
No, L. Ron Hubbard, 1,000,000%.
And Daniel Plainview is based on Daniel in Upton Sinclair's movie, the book. And
can I just show you how dark this is? Look at this shit. It's like fucking mud.
See, I don't know if I can drink that anymore because I had a bunch of Bordeaux over the weekend, and I suffered a bit. And I know my brother went through this a couple of years ago.
We're old.
Is that what's happening?
It's totally. We have to drink.
Because he gave up on heavy red wine.
He won't drink Bordeaux anymore. Won't drink it.
Well, I assume he doesn't touch California wine because that shit is a bomb.
He would never.
That shit
Emmett lives in LA and won't ever drink that shit. Ever.
So
won't drink the
California.
California
Does he drink white and tequila?
He drinks whites, tequilas, and when he has a chance, he drinks the best Italian wines or gorgeous Burgundy.
Okay.
He loves his Burgundies, sure.
Because
he's a very elevated motherfucker, that guy. I mean, let's just face it. His tastes are extraordinary. They are. They just are.
For sure. I picked up some bottles and they were lovely. And that was last weekend. And I was drinking them over these episodes and so on. I'm not sure. It did not have. It had a bloating effect on me and a bit of tummy problems and so on. And I think I might be done now. I think I might be a Pinot Barolo guy for life.
I think we need to just face the facts. Once I get over there, I'll be done with the Bordeaux's. Except for whenever Dana's, we'll just grab a couple of bottles of the lady and all that shit.
Yeah.
Because it's still, but I think it's done. Anyway, time to unwind. Sorry, buddy boy. Thank you so much, $1.99. Is Rolex less appealing now than it's ever been? I don't think so. Is it?
That's an interesting question.
What would be the reason for that?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna put on a Rolex right now.
Here's the thing. Do you own a Rolex? Here's the thing.
Thanks.
By the way, on the subject of shipping that thing was nerve-wracking.
I know, because Paul's father and all that shit. Holy crap!
No, it was just also like, where's the package? Where's the
Jesus? Yeah, and it got lost, right? For one day.
For one day, it just kind of
just disappeared, right?
Decided to disappear for no reason, but and that's tons of fun on my end. But on the Rolex subject, I had a thought. Shit, now it's gone. That's beautiful, man. Looks great. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Heavy,
okay, so here's my thoughts on this. Time to unwind. This is my thoughts. So Rolex exists in two worlds, and the smallest one is our world, where we care about different watch brands, the price of Rolex, the wait list, which Rolex you can get, which one you can't. Should you get an Omega? Should you get a Breitling? Should you get a whatever? Right? We know what Patek Audemars is and so on. But Rolex exists in another world, and it's a much, much, much bigger world that dwarfs our world. And that is the real world, where people don't know anything about watches. They don't know what Patek Philippe is or anything. And they say, Giovanni is graduating next year. Let's go to the local jeweler and get him a Rolex, because there are more guys out there in the world who have a Rolex on their wrist. And if you say, "Oh, nice Submariner, nice Datejust," they have no idea what you're even talking about.
It's just a Rolex.
They just go, "Oh yeah, my Rolex watch." That's it. And that world is so much larger than our world of the watch fans. We're a tiny, tiny world. So they're my thoughts. So I don't think, maybe in our little world, Rolex now has pissed people off to no end, and we're all sick of it and we're ready to get Grand Seikos or something. But in the real world, nothing has changed. In the same way as Ray-Ban hasn't changed, and Levi's jeans haven't changed, and Steven Spielberg movies haven't changed. Nothing. Coca-Cola is still the same. That's out there in the real world. We're just nerds. You know?
That's probably true. I think Rolex is it's become the Coca-Cola. It's the thing you want. It's the one everybody, if you think a great watch, everyone thinks Rolex. They're not going to say, "Oh yeah, Vacheron Constantin." They're never going to say that. You ever see those things where they're the shorts where the guy's on the street and he's like, "Rate these watches," and I can always predict exactly what the guys are going to say based on the way they look or they dress or the way they behave, like how they're going to rate Richard Mille or whatever. Whenever Vacheron Constantin comes up, people are like, "Oh, C," because it's a letter rating. D. I'm like, no, it's fucking S, dude.
A.
It's Vacheron. No, S is top, A is second.
Oh, S is top. Okay.
I'm like, it's fucking Vacheron, you moron. You don't even know what you're talking about. They don't know.
I was on a date. I was on a date on Sunday, and she was fucking incredible, by the way. Oh my God. But we agreed that we were dating. We were on a date with a mirror, because she was. I was like, "You're me," you know. So I don't think that it's going to happen. There's no chemistry. She was too brilliant, and
you didn't want to go fuck yourself.
I was trying. I didn't want to go fuck myself. I was trying to keep up with her. It was actually I was like, this is, and I was like, "You're throwing out curve balls," like, and she was like, "It's nice to have someone who can catch them." And I was like, "I'm trying, darling." I was out intellected by a lot, but she knew her Patek Philippe and her Rolex. She had no idea I had AP on. She didn't know what AP was.
Well, listen,
and I'm sure if I had Vacheron on, she wouldn't know what that was either.
Yeah,
because Rolex and maybe Patek, and then Tissot and Citizen and Seiko, all of those lower tier things, because Vacheron is still, it's like being into some crazy wine, or AP is the same.
So how many watches a year does AP make?
40 to 50.
Yeah. How many does Patek make?
About the same, I believe.
Yeah. And Rolex,
somebody in the chat line,
1 million, because Joe just said they make 1 million. We all know that Rolex make over 1 million.
We don't know.
Well, we kind of know, right?
We don't know. That's hearsay. There has never been. We've never known exactly. When I first got into the watch thing, it was 700,000. That's what everyone said. Then it became 750. Then it became 9. Then it became 1 million. Now it's 1.2 million. It's like telephone. Everybody just keeps exaggerating. We don't know until we know.
Right.
However, the catalog is enormous, and the ADs are extensive around the world, and the demand is enormous. Sure. Truthfully, looking at the 1 million watches, it actually breaks down to very few watches. It's very few watches. Think about it. Okay, so let's do it right now. Do you want to do it? The yacht, this Sea Dweller, the Datejust, which is huge.
They make more of those than anything.
The Ladies' Date.
Yeah.
The Explorer, the Day Date, the Daytona, What
Land
else?
Dweller, I guess.
The Land Dweller now.
Yeah.
The
1908.
1908. What else have we got, guys? What am I forgetting? Forgetting obvious ones. The GMT, of course.
GMT, yeah. Jim Patterson. It's like GMT.
What am I thinking? What else? What am I? I'm not even thinking.
Air King.
Air King.
Still in the catalog.
Yes. Okay. I did the math. OP, Dean, thank you. OP, massive. Okay.
Entry level.
So I'm talking about major sections here that break down into subsections. Now, there's actually 50. I did the math the other day. I just can't think of them. It's late. There's 15. Okay. 15 subsections. Now, the Submariner is the no date, which stands alone.
That's the Submariner. Or as Emmett would say, that's the Submariner.
The Submariner. That's it. Which is one of the beauties of that watch.
Sure.
Then we have the subdate, which breaks down into the regular subdate, the Starbucks, the bluesy two-tone, the black two-tone, the full gold bluesy, the full gold black, the Cookie Monster. That's 8 subsections now we've broken it down into. Now we're dividing out. Think of the Datejust and the OP. The Datejust
just goes on forever.
Huge, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you divide it by 1,800 ADs around the world. The truth is that most ADs are, I did the math. I'm building a video on this and I did the math. Most ADs around the world, regular, I'm not talking about Dubai or New York, but, mom and pop places around the world probably get 6 Submariners a year to 8. That's not even 1 a month.
Did we forget the Sky Dweller?
We forgot the Sky Dweller. So when you divide, now that's assuming, okay, it's silly to assume that everything is made in equal amounts. They're not making the same amount of Ladies' Datejust as they are other models. But the truth is they're making somewhat equal amounts across. And even if you divide it down with the Datejust, for example, that's got to hog a lot of manufacturing. Like just that whole subsection is enormous. It's impossible to even count.
Sure.
Because it's not just all the different dials and the Jubilee versus the fluted, et cetera, et cetera. It's all it starts at 31, 30, 36, 41, et cetera, et cetera. There's all these different sizes. When you divide it all down and you divide it by the ADs all around the planet, it's really, really few. And that's what people can't get their heads around. They think it's 1 million watches, so that means they're holding back watch. What do you think? They're throwing them all?
Oh, no, that's all nonsense.
They're not.
Why would they hold back? It's so stupid. The philosophy makes me insane. Like we know that they're and this, be online to 2035 or whenever the fuck.
And the second problem is this: you flick through the catalog and you say, "I like that." Everyone else likes that.
Everyone likes that.
If you want a 31 mil ladies day date in two-tone or mother of pearl with diamonds, you can walk out with it right now. You can buy it right now. If you want a full gold Rolex, you can probably buy one today.
Yeah.
The problem is, what do you like? You like the fucking stainless steel sub, don't you? And the GMT Pepsi, don't you? And the Panda Daytona, don't you? Well, you know how many other guys in your local area want that same watch? That's the problem.
I'm going to make a quick analogy here.
Okay.
Everybody knows that I'm a Diet Coke addict, right? Do you know when I go to the supermarket, it's always fucking sold out. I can't even buy it because the demand for it is so fucking massive. Coca-Cola makes 8 billion bottles of Diet Coke a day, I'm sure. But the demand for it, but there's plenty of Coke Zero because that hasn't caught on here. I don't like it. It's what's in Europe, and that's fine. It's made to taste like Coke. Diet Pepsi, but you can buy that shit. But because I'm a drug addict, I don't want Diet Pepsi and I don't want Coke Zero Sugar. But I go there every single day.
And other people have figured that out.
Yeah. Listen, Coke is not withholding. They're not like, they're not withholding the Diet Coke from the consumers. They're making as much Diet Coke as they possibly can. But today I went to the store because I was out of Diet Coke and I drink like fucking 100 bottles of that shit because I'm a drug fiend. Here you go. That one's empty. And there was none. I went to 4 stores. Nobody had it.
Because there's 80 other guys in the local
everybody
area
wants
have the
it
same
because we're all
problem.
addicted to it. We all want Diet Coke. Nobody wants Diet Pepsi. It's gross. And nobody in America wants Coke Zucchero, whatever, Zenza Zucchero, because we don't know what it is yet. You know, I've had it. I'm not looking for it. Listen, we all, you know the point. Rolex doesn't fucking hold back watches. Why would they fucking do that? They don't do it.
They don't do it. The AD might hold certain pieces because they have 600 guys who want that piece.
Sure.
And they want the most money out of the one guy they're going to choose. That's a different thing.
This is very sexy, by the way.
I
just looked at it on my wrist and I was like,
it's also a discontinued Rolex.
It's also discontinued.
It's never going to lose value.
The halo on the green, you know, crystal. I'm like, yeah, bitch, you were hot. My favorite Rolex ever. It's my favorite Rolex ever. Black dial, Milgauss. I know the Z Blue is beautiful, but
less legible.
It's way less legible. It's
I've owned both.
Also, the green and the blue is nowhere near as contrasty as black and the green. Sorry, kids.
That's what I'm saying. It's the contrast that you have.
It's just not. It's just.
I've had 2 of the blues. It's a very impressive blue, but it was hard to read on a couple of the days. I wore one of them out. They were new with stickers. I sold them off.
See, what sucks about this is when I throw the loom light on it, you know, the 3, 6, and 9 are green and everything else is blue. And they only did that for, I believe, 1 or 2 years. See how it sucks. Because it's
I can't see a thing.
So it's a combination of Chromalite and Superluminova on this model, but it was because this is a 2013, and it only happened. It was the transition between the two. So if you like, I throw a light on this. Three, you know, the orange indices glow green, and the rest are Chromalite. So it was just in that transition right there, and that's pretty sexy. It's a pretty sexy thing. Anyway, if you're into loom porn, which I kind of am.
So think about it. Like I what was it, 3-4 years ago? I did that thing for that magazine, and I had my friend who works at the AD, Tiziano, who gave me a couple of watches here at the AD. He came to the house because he's into photography, and I said I need a third person, like, to film this thing. So I went out. You know, I was doing the shoot, and you know. And Lydia's there taking the photos, but someone's holding the camera that you're seeing through. That's Tiziano. That's my AD. He's not like a stranger. He's a guy who, like,
no, I know. You've been talking about him forever.
Yeah, he came over to the house, and that day when he came over to the house to check the camera and blah blah blah, I had just picked up my black Daytona, ceramic Daytona. I got it from Simone for $24. Double retail at the time, and I said, "Hey, check out what I picked up today." And he grabbed it in his hand. At the time, he was with Rolex here in Venice, very rich town, for 22 years, and he holds it and he goes, "You know how many of these I've actually seen in the flesh? Maybe 2." That's what he's not. That's not hyperbole. He's in my house, mate, and he goes, "Maybe 2." That's how many he saw in Venice. So people who are like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it's 8 to 10 years wait for a Daytona." You better believe it is. You better believe it is. And you're fucking lucky to ever get that call. Not because they're holding it back, just because every fucker out there wants one and has the money, and there just aren't enough. Now, should Rolex stop making ladies Datejust with mother of pearl and only make Daytonas? That's another conversation. Maybe they should. But the truth, I just fly in the face of everyone else on the internet. Every other fucking influencer is like, "Oh, they're holding back, and it's all."
Yeah, that's a load of shit.
I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm a flat earther. I'm like,
I mean, not really. You're being very pragmatic about the whole thing. There's no reason under the sun because we now, as everybody knows, that Rolex is a charity, so most of their money gets funneled into feeding
90% of it.
Yeah, 90%. So most people know that they're not going to withhold watches because the whole ethos behind the company was to provide these funds. So it's just a ridiculous thing. People are nuts.
I'm not saying it to you. I'm saying it to
no. I know to the thing.
You get it already.
Yeah. Coke Zero is the king. Come to the dark side. It tastes like shit. I don't like Coca-Cola. Here's the thing.
I drink it every day, Coca.
No, I know, because you like Coca-Cola. I never drank Coca-Cola. Coke Zero is Coca-Cola without sugar. It's what it tastes like. Have a Coca-Cola, have a Coke Zero.
Coke
they taste the same.
Thing.
It's a different flavor profile. I get it. Listen,
what are you going to do when you move to?
I'm going to drink Coke Zero. That's fucking. I'm done. I've been buying one a day. I buy one a day to integrate it into my thing. Are you ready to play double for Diet Coke on the secondary market? You fucking bet your sweet patootie there, Joe LaFaro.
Yeah.
Dino says, wait for the new Milgauss. It's in the pipeline. Maybe a red crystal. No red crystal. It's a green crystal because it's Rolex. What sense would red make? It's Rolex green. Makes no sense.
Rolex green.
That's crazy. What's wrong with people? And by the way, guys, I have a couple of offers on the table finally. Thank you, God. But I'm going to just show you because I've got the watch that we're trying to offer. Bob's got this watch, the Omega Speedmaster. The anniversary model. It's the 311 30 42 30 99 002. This is the one that is a 1861. It's got the official NASA coin. That's the thing. $4,000 buys you this watch. I've got a couple of offers on the table.
$4,000?
$4,000 to buy this watch.
I should just buy it right now.
Brand new in the box. Like brand new in the box. Brand new in the box with stickers. Euros. Brand new in the box with stickers. That's a watch. Brand new in the box. Card, box papers.
Is it unfair if I buy it?
I mean, I don't give a shit because I just want to give them 50% of the money goes to the charity on Roosevelt Island. So I don't give a shit who pays for it.
He wants 4 or he wants to start at 4?
No. $4,000 buy. Listen, it starts at 4. That's the reserve, $4,000. So anything 4,000 and above, if there's no better offers, we sell the watch. But listen, at the end of the day, listen, I know there's a couple of people out there that are on the fence about it right now, and that's great. And I love you. I couldn't love you any more than I do. But I want to give them money to the charity.
15 euros.
There you go. I mean, it sounds cheap, right?
I should just buy it.
Anyway, just saying. Guys, if you want, it's basherdirk@gmail.com. That is basherdirk@gmail.com.
What's the reference?
It is the 311 30 42 30 99 002. Go Google that. You can probably find it on
it's going used. It's going for 66 here.
Yeah, it's a great deal. It's a great deal. I have a couple of people on standby right now, and I'm not trying to listen, guys. This is my duty for the cats. It's for the cats and for the birds. If you want the watch, let me know.
It's illegible because it's so complex.
And the Omega Speedmaster's on the.
It's a collectible. It's a collectible.
It's a collectible watch. It could be like, what is that term when you put something in the safe? You call it a safe what?
Safe queen.
Oh, a safe queen. Oh, okay. Joe LaFaro says, add a little Pellegrino to your Coke Zero sugar and you have to. No, it's a different sweetener, Jojo. We use aspartame is used in that. You guys use the potassium. It's a totally new sweetener that's like 500 times sweeter than sugar. Listen, if I liked Coke, if I drank Coke and I was like, oh my God, I love my Coca-Cola, but I'm 500 pounds and they need the jaws of life to get me out of my trailer. If I was that guy, then I would say, oh my God, Coke Zero, there is a Jesus. But I have always been a Diet Coke drinker since it came out in the 80s. And that's the flavor profile. I'm not a sugar guy. I don't give a fuck about desserts. Like everybody gets a dessert after dinner. I'm just like, I'd rather have wine and smoke. I don't give a shit. I'm not interested in that stuff. I'm not a sweets guy.
You'll have a Montenegro.
I'll have a Montenegro. That's my new thing. Ladies and gentlemen, we're sitting around in Fano drinking fucking Montenegros and it's nuts. And Moretta.
That'll be your go-to.
Are you craving a Moretta now? They're good, right? Aren't they so fun? I had a Moretta Shakarato, which was fucking good, man. like really great double espresso with.
Amaretto is really nice. That was.
It's nice, right? Yeah.
Can I ask for that up here? No.
I mean, they might. I mean, I doubt it. If you ask for it in Pezzito, though, they'll look at you like this. They'll go like this.
Why?
They get angry because it's a Fano thing, and they're like, yeah, they get very mad. Like it's like they look at you like, what do you think?
Rimini came up on one of the most dangerous towns in Italy the other day in the poll. There's a poll of like top 10.
Rimini's dangerous?
Yeah, Rimini is like number 4. Milan is number 1, of course.
Of course,
and then it's peppered with places down south, like fucking really fucking.
Yeah, sure. So
Milan
really,
is the most dangerous. Yeah,
because of the white trash.
White trash.
I mean, many years ago,
beach trash. You know, the worst type.
Oh
beach trash, stragglers.
We were in Milan and we were leaving, and this is about 20 years ago. And we're in a rental car. Me, Paul's dad, Paul, and his stepmom Julie. And Julie went to go to the bank, and her card got stuck in the ATM, and she couldn't get it out. Meanwhile,
she was a scammer.
She works for Goldman Sachs, so like she made an instant phone call to just make sure it was gone. Well, it turns out the actual, like when you put the actual outside of the fascia, that sticks on the thing was put on there by scammers, so your card gets stuck in it, and they come and they grab it.
Try London, man. It's full of that.
Sure. Didn't know.
You go over, if you put your card in anything in London, you should grab the plastic and make sure it doesn't pull off or move. Like make sure that's locked to the building, because it might be a thing that they put on top that has a skimmer in it.
You guys don't get it. Hold on one second. But Basherdirk, Jim, if you're interested in the watch, I mean, I get it. Diet Coke is basically, it's not basically Coke. It tastes nothing like Coca-Cola. It's not the same beverage. It's like saying Coke tastes like Fanta. It's not. It's a totally different.
You could probably get a shipment in.
You know what? Listen, I don't care. I'm
like
so
every
willing.
month I get 40 cans in, just shipped.
I don't want to do that. I'll just switch, or I'll just go have chocolate or whatever. I'll just, I listen. I'm ready, man. Change is good, man. Change is good.
Always.
I don't care. I'll just, when I come to New York, I'll have a Diet Coke and go, thanks for the
get busy living or get busy dying.
Right. Mexican Coke. Listen, I like a Mexican Coke too. But if you like that Coke, but there's like 800 zillion grams of sugar in that. It's delicious.
Drink regular Coke because it's so sugary.
Yeah. Listen, Coke Zero is okay. It's okay. But it's like when you're a drug addict, like that's not Peruvian flake. That's not China White. You're looking for that fucking thing that does it. The thing that's right. You're looking for that.
Lastly, I did watch that Colin Farrell movie.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Did you
in Macau?
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked it. He's so good at being a broken man.
He's so good.
He's for such a handsome fucker. His best roles are when he's a broken person. It's not when he's a handsome, dashing lead role actor.
It didn't work for him.
When he's a mess. He's really good at being a mess. And by God, is he a mess in that movie?
He's a mess in that movie. Now, I need to watch the film again. Do you feel like you need to see it a second time? Because I think I missed some things.
It's a lot of great cinematography.
Like, was she dead the whole time? Or was she an apparition?
She was dead by the time he was stuck at the restaurant ordering.
Yeah, and because we saw him pass out and she wasn't there. So he never went to her house on the
No, he never.
That was fantasy.
That was all fantasy.
Where was he? Like, I'm curious. I'm like, wait a second. I rewound it. I went,
yeah, I need to watch a second.
It. I went, and then he found the bag of money. And
I just read Lydia's thesis. How do you say it?
Thesis.
How
do you say it?
Well, we say thesis. How do you say it?
Thesis.
You
were saying
what was the other way? Before. Did I say some other way?
You did. You said like
I don't thesis.
Know. I'll rewind.
But her whole thing about formalism versus realism.
Yeah.
I just finished reading the whole thing. And then I watched that movie and I was like, oh my God, this is formalism, but I don't understand like how is realism versus formalism? I don't understand. Like my brain was coming out of my ears, and I just looked at this movie and I was like, well, this is formalism, but it seems so real. I don't get it. But the fucking cinematography is incredible.
Fucking Edgar Berger.
Yeah.
That's the guy that did Conclave.
Yeah. It was,
holy shit, that guy. The shot making in that movie was astonishing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, there were a lot of scenes that were like crazy level. Like they fly up to this like stage set or whatever it is, and this dude lights his shit on fire. I'm like, well, how many takes did that take?
I don't know.
Like 1 million? Like that's how do you do that?
I'm not gonna ruin the movie, but man, I hate what he did in the end.
In the end?
Yeah, I hate what he did.
Well, take the money out of the water?
No, after that.
Oh, after that? But he paid everybody off. Oh, that was his fantasy. So basically, I reckon it all ends at the restaurant, and he just has a dream fantasy. That
correct.
Yeah,
that's what I'm assuming.
That she came to save him.
Yeah,
or it's a fable, and she sacrificed herself to help him. They were both lost, and if she sacrificed herself and turned herself into money, she could save him.
Right.
She could give herself up, and he could be saved. It turns fably. It's very Quran. Alfonso.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, I'm not a fan of.
Me neither.
Not a fan of Quran.
He made that horrible.
That's
movie,
formalism at its worst for me.
Did he do Gravity though? Is that him? That was good.
No, that was no, that wasn't Quran. Oh shit, I got the wrong guy. The guy who did this
Roma, I hated that movie.
No, not Quran. I got the wrong people. It's late. I'm drunk.
Yeah, Roma, Gravity. Yeah.
Roma and Gravity is Quran.
That's Quran, yeah.
Who's the guy who did the Shape of Water?
Del Toro.
Oh yeah. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, Pan's Labyrinth guy.
Pan's Labyrinth guy.
Can I tell you that guy's
by the way, he has the most interesting story of any person. His father was kidnapped. He was mates with James Cameron for years. And his father was Guillermo del Toro, not Alfonso Cuarón. I'm so sorry.
Guillermo del Toro.
Got the wrong guy. Sorry, guys, it's late. His father was kidnapped for ransom, and he didn't know what to do. And James Cameron paid for a negotiator. James Cameron goes, I know what to do. Fucking Cameron is a madman. He's insane, that guy. That guy's fucking we know that.
He goes into those tin cans and he goes all the way down there.
Goes all the way
we've
down.
Seen what happens to those people. I don't care if you're wearing a Rolex or an Omega, baby. I would still say no.
No, that guy's fucking mental. And he hired a negotiator, like a professional negotiator. He goes, I'm sending you a negotiator to get your father back. And he paid the ransom.
How much was it? Do we know?
I don't know.
Mexican.
That's a true story. I had read that story. And I was like, I don't know if that's true. And then recently, Del Toro was doing that, like pick your movies out of a room where they have DVDs everywhere. Like, I like this film. What's the name of that episode?
Oh, the Criterion Collection.
Yeah, and he grabs Avatar and he tells the story. It's true.
Too bad it's such a garbage fucking crap movie.
But he said that you don't understand. He goes, you don't understand what he's he's making a big epic. He's going to continue making those movies, and he's going to make a big epic. Cameron.
Like he's going to continue
making. Del Toro is like he's privy to inside info about Cameron and his life project.
So that new, I saw the original Avatar and I didn't care because it was terrible and I got bed bugs. But the new one came out, whatever it was called, The Way of Water. Did that do really, really, really well? Like as well? Was it mega?
I don't think so.
I wish James Cameron would he made Aliens, which was fucking incredible. He made The Abyss, which is my favorite.
That's his best film.
It's my favorite, one of my favorite top 5 films of all time. And the rest of my films are old fag movies. Rosemary's Baby and Sunset Boulevard.
The Abyss is his best film.
Yeah, it's a masterpiece. I love all those movies. I like James Cameron. I think he's a smart guy. He's a fun guy. Every time you see him in an interview, he's so interesting. Do you know what I just found out the other day? I'm going to take a pivot. Did you know that George Lucas is 5'6"?
I didn't know that.
Somebody said, and George Lucas, who's a very diminutive guy, George Lucas is a small guy? I never even thought about it.
He was tall.
Because, back in the day, he was skinny and lean.
Being any height.
I never thought of it, but like 5'6" is like, Joe Pesci size. Like, listen, I'm 5'8". You know what? We think about how you're 6 foot tall. You don't think about how tall people are. But when you're 5'8", it's kind of like in the middle of, you're almost short, but you're almost average, But I was like, he's 5'6". Like Bono is like 5'5". Bruce Dickinson's like 5'5".
Yeah, he's really short. Bono's short.
Ronnie James Dio was like 5'3". Prince was like 5'3". But I never looked at George Lucas. I thought he was just like 5'11", 5'10", regular guy. I never thought of him as a diminutive fella. I never thought of that.
I never thought about that.
And so I forget who mentioned it. It was somebody who was like, it was somebody early in his career, and it was an actor that turned down Star Wars. Who the fuck was it? Richard Harris. It's like, I'm not working for that diminutive fucker. And I was like, how tall is? And I Googled it, and I was like 5'6".
Meanwhile, back in the day, he was a handsome little guy. He was sharp jawed.
Lucas.
Yeah. He was handsome, professorial.
Yeah.
And then all I could think of as he aged was like, there's his $1 billion right there on his chin. That's what happens when you earn $4 billion off your franchise.
Sure.
His neck turns into his chest. It's just a large piece of flesh between one and the other.
Yeah.
That's just a lot of capreses.
I mean, that guy got the crazy,
a lot of burrata.
Like a stork. He got the stork chin.
It's just there's no.
It's
nothing
between
there
from
and
here
there.
to there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just. Meanwhile, when you see him working on THX, he's like a little, and he's fucking
so sculpted. Yeah.
Yeah, he's sculpted.
It's a lot of Bordeaux.
It's just that's what happened. Yeah, it's a lot. No, you know what it is? It's fucking California cabs.
California, oh man,
burrata,
sugar.
It's fancy burrata in San Francisco. Burrata. It's fucking Mill Valley burrata with fucking Cali, Opus One, and Viator, and all of those, and fucking Farniente, all those monster,
all the monster,
huge red wines with the
Rutherford.
Yeah, and the bread to dip into the bread
into the olive oil and all that shit.
It just is that whole lush Northern California love that happens when you have money.
I just cleaned behind my desk and I found my rock from Sligo that's been on my desk for years. But obviously, I cleaned something, and I got this in like 1973 when I was a kid. And I just found it. It had fallen by my desk. I hadn't found it. Was been back there for 5 years. Thought you might get a piece of there's some Irish rock there. Isn't that great? Nice. Anyway, Lordy Gus, Charles, thank you very much. Very sweet of you to say.
To do a shameless
plug. I do the rock. I do the rock.
You do a shameless plug. There's my stone dial. This is the malachite.
Malachite.
You can see the striations.
Very pretty.
Yeah,
that is very pretty.
They've been selling all week, man, and the marble is gone, man.
Is Rolex going to sue you for that bracelet? I mean,
they can sue us for all the money we don't have.
Yeah, there you go. You'll get more publicity and sell more watches.
But this one is Murano glass, Aventurina.
Yeah,
glass.
I like that's amazing. Are you still? Is that one? You're not going to discontinue that? Right?
No, we have plenty of this. And what else? I have the Tiger Eye. These are going to be a big hit this Christmas and Thanksgiving.
They
and
definitely
stuff.
are.
Look at the as the light catches the stone. This is better than a Datejust in many ways. I mean, a Datejust is monumental, but if you don't want to spend 12 grand,
what's the price point on these guys?
$750, baby.
It's amazing.
$750.
What do you got in there, Salida?
No, NH35. It's great.
Okay.
I love the NH35. I mean, the Salida SW200 maybe, but the NH35 rock solid. Can't argue with it. Available on OisínAmaliChannel.com and shipping out Monday. I was shipping out stuff today and I went to the train station and everything was delayed. The train station was millions of people and it was like all the delays were like 100 minutes. I was like, oh my God, was there a crash? Something happened on one of the lines. I don't know. I haven't found out. I just turned around. I was like, I already bought my ticket. It was only $7. But I was going to go ship, from my mate. Yeah. If a chance who knows how to do that right. And had my big bag with all the stuff boxed up and the warranty and everything stamped and signed and my postcard, handwritten postcard with my signature and Simona's signature and everything. And I was just like, you know what? You're in the wrong moment, guy. Just turn around and walk. Do it Monday. Get out of here. Because you don't want to wind up stuck on one of those fucking trains. Some problem. Don't get on a train. I just had that feeling. So I turned around, I walked away and went to Smoking Moses and bought cigars.
Shoparo.
It was a Shoparo?
Yep. Italian trains are currently delayed due to a national strike affecting public transport, including aviation and most major train lines throughout all of Italy. Venice, Firenze, Roma, Milano expect major disruptions in cities with delays of up to 8 hours reported earlier today due to and also there was a network accident in Calabria, but the strike was coordinated by multiple transport unions. There you go. Shoparo, baby. Shoparo.
Brilliant. I didn't even know I went innocent.
Google
I had an espresso, that great bar in the fucking Venice train station. You know it. You've probably had many espresso there.
In which one?
Right there in the train station, the old place.
Oh,
the place has been there forever.
Is porno.
Fucking great.
It's coffee porn.
And I rarely get a straight espresso like you. I always get a macchiato or I get something.
Yeah, listen, man. I like when we were in Fano for the entire time. It's the first time I've ever been to Italy where I just spent just in one place. Mm-hmm. I was going to Hot Guy Bar and every Hot Guy Cafe because that's what Dana calls it. Who's gay? I was drinking macchiatos every morning.
Macchiato is a beautiful thing.
It was beautiful.
But I had already had my macchiato from Andrea. And then I was like, let me get another. I need more coffee. And
Joe knew it.
And then I just, there's like thousands of people were staring at the thing, waiting for their platform announcements like in Milan or Florence, right? And I was like, this is more than usual. And then I see delayed. And then I see cancel. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, there's a fuck up, man. Something happened. And I was like, O'Malley, turn your ass back.
Go around.
Get out of here. Forget. I got an email later telling me that I can recoup the money from.
Of course you can, because it's Italy and it's the trains. First time I ever saw that word Shoparo was
like
Paul
6
and I were in
months
Milan.
to get that money back. It's $7.
Oh, in New York, you'd never get the money. Never,
like,
ever.
Forget about it. Like
never.
Mail a letter to some office somewhere. God, But it was only $7. I don't care. So
nobody answers anything here.
Yeah, let me just get the fuck out of here. And I went for a stroll in Canareggio and I went by Aldo and picked up some cigars. And
did you go to my favorite supermarket up there?
The Teatro.
I love the Teatro. Supermarket.
Yeah, you know what I did? I went to the Apple store there.
Oh,
I'm on the verge of getting I don't know whether I should buy the fucking iPhone 17.
Oh God, I saw one today. So brief.
The Pro or the 17? Which one is the one you
want? The Pro. I don't want either of them. because
Why?
of one thing. So I had to I had a problem with like Rose's banking, so I had to go and spend my time with the banker this morning, all morning. It took up 4 hours of my life. And the guy, he was a sweetheart of a guy. He goes, "Oh, you're a nerdy guy, right?" He goes, "Look at this," and he had the iPhone 17 Pro. And I was like, "What do you think?" And he goes, "It's nice." And I said, "What does that mean?" He goes, "Well, they took a lot of shit away." I was like, "What did they take away?"
What did they take away?
They took away a feature that I use every day of my life. Here's an example. People. Oisín sends me a picture via text message of a great watch that he saw in a store or whatever. Who cares what it is? And I need to access that picture. So I don't go scrolling through his freaking text messages. I just go to him, I hit his profile, and then there are all his pictures, right? They're always there.
You're talking about a software thing.
It's software.
This is this 26, iOS 26 that you're complaining about.
So I go down there and I look at his phone and they took it out and I Googled it and it was like, it's a bug. The phone is so fucking buggy. And then he showed me pictures he took with the camera and they sucked. And I'm like, what the fuck? They're blurry. It's got I don't know if it's the hardware or the software, but so far stay the fuck away from that phone.
Okay.
It was a mess.
Glad you said that.
It was a mess. But listen, software is software, and it's
also by the way, if I do decide I'm buying it in the Grand Central under pickup name Dirk Kennedy,
I'll go pick it up,
and you're shipping it to me because I will literally save $400.
Listen, I could be to the Grand Central Apple Store.
It's so much cheaper to buy one in America than it is here, even with the tax, because the dollar's for shit. So that
what are you talking about? How dare you?
And
how dare you talk about my dollar?
And the price already is lower. So literally, I'm like, I could save $300-400 if I just have you ship it to me.
Okay. So I'm getting it online.
Okay. The other thing I was thinking too. Listen, people buy these phones because they want nicer cameras. I have I have a fucking.
You have a camera.
I use an R5.
Yeah, you have a camera. You know what I mean? These are phones. They're not cameras. They have cameras on them.
Why would I?
Cameras.
Why? So I'm just. That's why I haven't jumped on it.
I wouldn't bother. I'm going to say, listen, I have an iPhone 14 Pro, and here's the big joke. So I traded in my 11 like 3 years ago, and I got an $800 rebate. But somehow
they offered me $150 for a trade.
I got $800 through AT&T. But curiously, Oisín, if I go on AT&T, my phone's not paid off 3 years later. If I got $800 towards that phone, because they give you like 12 over the life of a contract.
There's something going on there.
It's a load of shite. And my phone works. I'm on it right now. You guys are looking at me through my iPhone. I wouldn't mind upgrading my phone, but it's mint, brand new, looks pristine. It's in a case. I've never taken it out of the case. But you know what? They just said, "Oh, we'll give you $400." I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I paid for this phone in full. So the next phone I get, I'm going to buy a fucking Samsung. I'm getting out of Apple. Fuck you, Apple.
Are you?
Fuck you, Tim Wright. Fuck you, not Tim Wright. Tim. Sorry.
Well, if you go on the Samsung side of things, there's a phone. I don't know which. I think it's one of the Chinese ones that has a little screen on the other side.
Can't get them here.
You can't get them there.
You'd have to get it for me and ship it to me.
And then you ship me the iPhone.
Yeah. Huawei's illegal in the United States.
My problem with
Chinese surveillance.
I don't have a problem. I don't give a shit, but my ecosystem is Apple. I'm inside their ecosystem.
Listen, I have Apple TV, Apple Music. My whole life is Apple, and I'm saying I'm going to buy a Samsung. I'm not going to.
No.
Maybe I'll buy one of those iPhone Airs.
Lydia has the fucking, I don't know what she has, Samsung thing. And it's a huge
Yeah,
screen.
there you
And she takes photos. I'm like, it looks like panorama. It's insane.
Yeah.
And I just go, wow, like Apple is crap. Sometimes
Yeah.
I get that feeling, I don't know,
I know.
whatever. I have to kind of weigh up the
Fuck you,
different.
Apple. Joe says you have to do the up. I used to have it. I have AT&T Next and Jim Patterson and Charles Thompson. You guys are right. It's AT&T fucking over. It is. It's the third party shit. I always bought my phones through Apple and I never had a problem. This is the first time for the last
Well,
two
I went
phones.
into my provider here that I use. I was like, "Hey, I'm about to buy one of those things down the street. Do you guys have a fucking discount?" They're like, "Oh my god, we'll give you the best fucking thing, and you can pay it off like $20 a month." Blah blah blah. But then I don't have the info they want. I don't have a job here with a paycheck from Italy. I don't have that, and I don't
That's what.
have.
Oh, they need that.
And the Carta Sanitaria, they
Yeah.
were asking about that, and they were like, "That proves your residence." I'm not resident in Italy. I'm never being a resident in Italy ever. I'm resident in Dublin.
You're like a shadow person.
I'm a shadow bear. I'm never being. You won't be like the authorities of Italy looking down my blouse and on my skirt. Absolutely not.
You don't want them
They're
looking at your
fucking
skirt.
brutal. The Italians, they you start making money, they're fucking after you. I'm
Yeah.
never doing
Well,
that.
that's what we've been talking about. With our plans.
If you're American, guys, anybody watching, think about moving to Europe. Move to Europe. You live better, but keep your accounts and your money back.
So do not
home.
open an Italian bank account.
Open a little one if you want, and put
Yeah.
$20 in it every
Well,
now
we
and then.
were told for the place
Nobody
that we
gives a
were
shit.
interested in that they would want us to have a little bit of an account for like incidentals. And I'm like,
Yeah,
all
open
right,
a
sure.
little one and
Yeah, yeah,
shove a few $100 in it.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
let the Italian authority see your money. You don't want. I shit on America plenty, but I won't do it right now. America allows you to have a lot of money.
Capitalism, baby. It's your money.
Italy is they're super wealthy here with Lamborghinis, but they're skimming the system.
Of course, they
The
have
Italian
to.
authority,
They have to.
it's horrible. So you fucking keep your money separate. You gotta keep it separated. That's what I've been doing the whole time. I'm never becoming a resident of Italy. I'm a resident of Dublin, Ireland. My mother's
You're EU citizen,
EU resident, which is cool. I get
which
lots
is
of
what I'm going to
benefits.
be when I go there.
I get lots of benefits. I get the health. I go to the hospital. I'm all cool. Everything's great. But there's no fucking way those fuckers are looking at my cash. No way. And you should keep all your money back home in New York. Absolutely. Just use your card.
No, we're going to be spending all our money on that apartment.
It'd be poor anyway.
All of it, because they're not budging. She's like, no, that's the price. Like, what?
All right.
You don't want to negotiate a little bit.
That's weird, isn't it? Italians are shit negotiating.
The Italians don't. They're like, I'm in no rush. Like the apartment that you came and saw and spoke
they're
to
not in any hurry.
He goes to Paul. We said,
he'll sit on that for 10 years. He doesn't care.
We wrote him and we said, we love your apartment. I mean, it's gorgeous. We love it. It's amazing. It's just way out of our realm right now. But he wrote us back with every kind of information anybody would possibly want without asking. The guy's so lovely. And he goes, I like you guys. You know what? It'd be perfect for you. He goes, I'll wait. That's what he said. He goes, I'll wait. Because I'll wait. Because I'm in absolutely no rush. It was my mother's place. He goes, I don't need the money.
He doesn't. You can see that.
You can tell he didn't need the money.
Those guys are sitting on a couple of apartments.
Did you see what his car was?
No.
He was driving a Maserati.
He had a Seiko watch on. Seiko Sumo.
No, Seiko's cool, but just goes to show you. He had a Maserati. I was like, oh, I saw his car and I went, oh, fuck. They're loaded. But then again, every Chinese person in New York has a Maserati, so there you go. They're not what they used to be. But
there's a lot of nice cars here.
Time John Wine says your health is your wealth. Of course it is. Listen, at the end of the day, you can't spend money when you're dead. You know?
Joe LaFari goes, watch out for Questura. They might catch up with me. Don't worry, they know all about me, but they can't touch me because I'm a resident of Europe. I don't earn money in Italy.
Right, that's the key.
There's no earning. I don't have a job. I don't have a job in Italy.
Italian taxable income. That's
zero.
Anyway, that's a conversation for.
I don't own property in Italy.
Yeah, well, that's the thing because we looked through that whole thing too about owning the property,
sliding through. And I know expats who are here in Venice. I know a British guy, and he's like, never let them near it. You know.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, 2 hours on the show, 3 hours. Oh my God, 3 hours. That's a long show.
It's a good chat.
Guys, thanks so much. Thank you, everybody. I think we should call it quits because 800 million o'clock for this guy. And, it's only 72 people left in the room. Thank you, everybody, for hanging. MC20 Maserati is a nice car. I love Maseratis. They're beautiful. And I went to the factory up in, what town was that? In, where the fuck did I go? I went to the factory up there in Winter Torino. And it was fantastic. It was great. So guys, thanks so much. Thanks for a great time. Thanks, Ush. Thanks everybody for having a good time. Hope you guys are all great. If you guys are interested in that watch at all, in any ways, Basherdirk@gmail.com. The cat calendar, the pet calendar is done. So it's the walls are closed. Unless you have a last minute submission that you forgot about, Basherdirk@gmail.com for your pet for the 2026 iBashers calendar, which is going to be a giveaway for a lot of people. And it's going to be a Christmas party when we have our Christmas show. So thanks so much for that. And all the other usual shit. But, just to keep the lights on, I would be remiss to not mention that, like, lately it's been kind of shitty on the Super Chat front. It's been kind of crap. So we're keeping the lights on. And listen, people go through things, and I'm grateful for all that everybody does for this show, as you all know. But if you can, possibly patreon.com at ibashers.com, or if you want to send a nice PayPal at dirkworld at nyc.rr.com. Do I have your PayPal on here? I do, right? Somewhere in here? It's got to be in here. I never spruik. I never do that. But I'm just saying, like, this month has been really bad. So, like, just trying to keep the lights on. It's OisínO'Malley@gmail.com. OisínO'Malley@gmail.com.
That's not my PayPal.
Is that not it? What's your PayPal?
The Timeless Watch channel at gmail.com.
Why is
don't send me money, send Dirk money. If you want the watch, go to OisínO'Malleychannel.com.
OisínO'Malley.com. There you go.
Or some of them are, or if you want, or you go to dashery.OisínO'Malley.
Look at that. NH with $50 super sticker. What the fuck? Listen, man.
There you go.
Look, I'm so bad. Listen, guys, you all know how bad I am at fucking rattling the fucking cup. I'm the worst at it. And, like, I love doing this show. This is my fucking buddy. This started out of a love for just bashing the shit out of stuff. And I'm grateful for it to everybody. Thank you so very much. NH, thank you for the spirit of giving and all that stuff. Just keeping the lights on is amazing. I should talk, right? I got a Rolex on my wrist. I got a fucking, Basher X gave me that ridiculous first Omega in space. But, like, at the end of the day, thank you so much. I'm so, so grateful. You get to, you know what you get for that? You get Lenny, the greatest achievement we have in Basher. Jojo was a man who knew he was a basher, who knew he was the basher supreme. Jojo, what can I say, man? I've got the most severe man crush on you ever in the whole wide world. You know that, right? He knows that. Joe LaFaro is a very attractive man, and by the way, he dresses really well, and I bet he smells great.
No, I was just gonna say I like Jojo in the chat because he's MAGA, but he's smart MAGA, and I need more smart MAGA.
I don't know if he's MAGA. I think he's like,
he's pretty MAGA. He's pretty MAGA, but that's okay. But he's smart.
Joe is fucking smart.
A lot of the MAGA guys I can't even engage with because it's too childish. I need the smart MAGA guys in the room so we can
Let
have
me
a
tell you something
proper,
about him. I've had
not
phone
argument. I
conversations
just need to
with
know
him.
what the hell,
He's first of all, where he comes from culturally is some of the most fascinating shit. His mom was one of the most incomparable musicians.
I treasure
shit.
like the counterpoint, as you know.
Oh
I
God,
always
yeah. Life, there is no life without counterpoint. There is no
problem with
life.
the MAGA is it's so childish sometimes.
Oh,
It's like, oh my God, I need like a fucking intellectual MAGA,
Yeah, that's Joe.
so we can interact.
I didn't know he was MAGA. We've never discussed it. We talk about Steinway and Juilliard and all that shit. I was like, and when I was talking to Joe about Steinways, I was like, oh, 66, that's the Teflon era. And he's like, what?
But again, it's not because I want to change anyone's minds. It's because I need to know what you're thinking.
Listen, the greatest thing in the world is when somebody has an opinion that's slightly different than your own, and you can have a conversation about it. Brad B, my sister has a big crush on you. $20. Have a nice weekend. They can give you a giant big bang smash, mickle, boop, 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 boop. Tracy Farris says Joe's a doctor. He's more than a doctor, my friend, and he's a hero. He is.
He is a doctor, yeah.
Nothing wrong with an intelligent. There's nothing. Hey, Mike Lewis. Hey, Mike Lewis. How are you? Look at that. That's a pretty attractive watch right there. And listen, brilliant. At the end of the day, you know what I think? Can I just make a statement here? I think that's all that's missing from my collection.
You want JLC?
Yeah. Don't you think that's the only thing? I've got a Milgauss. I've got 2 Speedies. Like, I think the JLC would be, if I was to do the full thing, I think that's it. A JLC, a Reverso.
Yeah, all right.
So, like, I've never bought a watch for myself, so I think that should be my mission, to save up and buy that for myself. You know, a Reverso. Because everybody needs it. Look how sexy it looks on Travis.
I've owned one.
I've owned one. I know you.
Very beautiful. It's just a little small. I need a larger one.
Yeah, you get the larger one.
I've worn the larger one in Miami. That was like a grail. I'll get to it eventually.
Yeah.
I have a new boiler heater thing coming on Tuesday for the house.
Oh, do you?
And they're gutting the bathroom. We scored it. We scored a deal. The quotes, by the way, in Venice, the quotes from different contractors are radically different.
So they vary wildly.
They vary insanely. Like, are you joking? I've had so many people in to like give me estimates on the apartment, and some of them are astronomical, and some of them are mid-range, and then other guys are like, "Yeah, we'll do it for." The guys who did my walls and my painting did it for cash.
Are you going to film any of this in progress?
No.
Why? That's great content, man.
I know.
People want to see you building your thing.
I'll do it for the kitchen, maybe.
I mean,
I have to be really careful because the windows are so large.
Put curtains up.
You can see the.
So I always confuse like tent is tetto, roof is tetto, 10 day for curtains. Curtains, tents, and roof are all close. Tetto is roof.
Try piano.
10 day is curtains.
Try piano.
What?
Piano.
Piano's got soft. It's floor. Like it's just
okay. Piano is piano terra floor.
Yeah.
Right.
Floor.
So soft, slow, plan. A piano. Right. If you have a piano,
got too many uses.
There's one or two others I can't think of.
Piano.
Piano is.
Everybody says that. Piano.
Piano is a word.
It's a word. And then there's the fucking instrument, pianoforte in Italian, though, of course.
Pianoforte.
Yeah, of course.
You can't say piano.
No. It won't make any sense.
Pianoforte. Pianoforte means soft and loud.
Pianoforte magnifica. It's a great
soft and loud, and that was because the instrument was capable of incredibly soft things and incredibly loud things.
Sure.
Because of,
Pianoforte. Before that, hey, guess what? All those records, all those amazing classical music pieces that you love, none of them were written for piano.
clavinet,
They were clavichord and clavinet and all that
clavichord,
stuff.
harpsichord.
Harpsichord. There's nothing greater than you know what's great? Harpsichord in pop music. Now watch, I found it's called Baroque pop. I had no idea. People need to bring harpsichord back into popular music. It's a great sound. It's very pop. Eddie, I'm in Queens, which is like the shittiest borough. I have no pride. Brooklyn gets all
Brooklyn, Queens.
Brooklyn gets all the like cool. You guys are amazing. It's Brooklyn. Bronx is
Eddie,
like where Marisol lives, and she's like, "Oh my god, Hector and I, we just had like a third
we both
baby."
lived it. Well, did you ever live in Brooklyn? I lived in Brooklyn.
I am a
for
Queens
years.
boy for my entire life.
I'll tell you, get arrested in Brooklyn. Don't get arrested in Queens.
You wind up in the Forest Hills, Queens, right?
That's my advice.
No.
Make sure you're just over Cypress Avenue, and then you're
It's
okay.
very gray area over there, by the way. It's very gray. So Manhattan is where all the people who are not from New York live. The Bronx is where all the Latinos and like the drug deals go down. Brooklyn's where all the terrorists are. And Queens is where is the dumping ground of all the bags of shit
biggest borough
that land in New York to fuck it all up.
Queens is the biggest borough.
It's the largest borough. And Staten Island is just MAGA town.
Staten Island is Texas.
Staten Island is Alabama.
Literally.
It's crazy.
Mamdani had like 2 votes, and
he probably didn't even get 2 votes.
He had my friend Adam Tisler. He's probably voted. He probably voted for him.
Somebody made an earlier quote about Chris Cuomo being Fredo, and let me tell you. And listen, I know that it's annoying to sound inside and all that shit, but I went to school with that cunt, and he's been a smug fucking cunt. Chris Cuomo. Chris Cuomo, I think, is a year younger than me. And Andrew Cuomo was my sister's age, and I went to school with them, and their mom was a saint. But however, those guys always had a rich chip on their shoulder, and they always thought their shit didn't stink, and they were definitely involved in the mafia. Sorry, but they were. So those guys Chris Cuomo was always a smug little cunt growing up. Like I went to the same school as him, and he was always, everybody hated that kid. Everybody hated him. Because he had his head up his own arse. So
yeah, whatever, Kennedy. Now you're gonna have Shakira law.
Yeah, that's Shakira law. Did somebody say that?
You're gonna have Shakira law now.
Yeah, you voted for fucking Shakira law. I'm like, oh
yeah, you voted for the terrorists.
Yeah, you like pussy. You probably love the Shakira law, man. Shakira law is gonna kill you with that shit.
Women are gonna be covered over with,
Oh, I know. The freezer fun. Ah, Dino, thanks, pal. 9.99. I'll give you a big bang boom for that. Thank you. I'm gonna listen. When Paul gets home, do you know what we found out? He goes, I think I have a PC Richard card at home, and his mother's safe. I said, go get it.
PC Richard.
Remember that?
Dude, my fucking wine fridge in Brooklyn broke 3.5 years later, and they came and they said, we can't fix it. So do you want a refund?
Store in New York.
And they refunded me the entire amount.
Yeah, PC it's a family-run business.
Yeah, just before I moved, I was like, well, I'll take the money back. That was easy. I just had it for free then for 3 years. Fantastic.
Tino, I'm going to give you something for Namaste. Thank you. So I think when he gets home tonight, he went to his mom's to go get this gift card. Yes, we're just going to buy the shittiest, most bare bones refrigerator because
$99, whatever.
Well, they don't have that. I mean, I looked. The cheapest thing we could find was like $4.98.
Okay.
Because refrigerators are a major thing.
You can get a fridge here for $99.
I actually went after you sent me the link. You sent that link for the place. So I was like, oh my God, because that apartment that we want, I have to redo the whole fucking kitchen there.
Sure.
And I was like, I picked out every little thing, including a dishwasher, because why the fuck not? Not that I want one, but I do like when they come out hot and shiny. That's kind of attractive. The whole kitchen with counters and all that stuff was $3,400.
Yeah, that's kind of even pricey. Yeah. So you picked a lot of stuff.
I picked a lot of stuff, but that was with a refrigerator and a stove. That was all the appliances were included, because that's how it works in Italy. Now, meanwhile, I'm not including the stove because my dream is always have to have a Bertazzoni range. That's my dream, because I love to cook and I cook every day. I want to have.
You should get a sexy range.
I want a sexy range, and my range is Bertazzoni, and I would like to. It's gas in that building, but I really I want to be one of those induction guys, because I want to get another cat, and I want my cat to be able to walk across my stove and not get burned. That's not a lot to ask, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Exactly. Anyway.
Well, induction.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get that, because you have to have it has to make the connection via thermal contact, right?
Yeah. You can put your hand down.
You can put your hand on it. It's not you. Listen. I went to his gaff in Venice, and he boiled water for me in 30 seconds.
Yeah, and you can put your hand on it and it doesn't do anything.
That was amazing. Yeah, if I could get gas and induction, I would. Do they make a combo of that?
I don't know. That's a good question. That would be great.
That would be great.
I would take gas everything and then one induction.
That's what I want. I want the one you had in the back, the one that was the super fast boil one. You want to
boil water, do anything, yeah. And
I don't want to cook on induction. I would love just for take in your Le Creuset Dutch oven filled with water for your pasta or whatever you're making, and make that happen. I would love to do that. So, that's interesting. But yeah, like the cabinets and all that stuff, it's just. But Bertazzoni, I want it with the burnt orange enamel fronts. That's been my dream forever and ever. But anyway, guys, thanks so much. 917. Thanks, Oisín. Thanks, everybody. And in separate, yeah, you're right. Joe says a separate induction top in the counter, right next to the butcher block. That's what I'll do. Thank you guys very, very much for all the greatness and all the support for the show. I'll see you guys on Sunday for Sunday Mass. What's your next plan? What's your next big show?
No, tons of videos to pump out.
Okay,
I have to finish videos for watches.
Do that. There's the Oisín O'Malley channel. If you want to give him a write on Basherdirk@gmail.com, you can just say, who fucking cares? I don't care. Who cares? I don't care. Fuck you. Marisol says, oh my God, like Nestor and he knocked me up last week, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't like condoms, but I'm going to make sure we go. So, guys, thank you so much. Remember to hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. And if you encounter somebody who's a twat, go fuck them. Who cares? Nobody gives a shit, because they're a TWAT. Just let great people in your life and fuck all the rest of the people. You know why? Because what are they? They're a fucking cunt.